So what, where were we? What happened last time?
Who else has recently binged 3 episodes?
Not me.
Not I.
We have not
Okay.
listened to it for a month.
Oh, goody. Okay, well, I'm the weirdly prepared one today, so, last time we had an educational episode. We went to the museum. Because, okay, recalling shit. We went to the museum because that was the last place that we knew that Dr. Godfrey had been spotted, not Dr. Pickler. That seemed to be a big
There was
confusion.
some confusion in the previous episode as to who exactly it was.
Mostly by you.
Well,
You like straight up forgot who Dr. Godfrey was. It was great.
no, I knew. Sammy forgot. I knew who Gottfried was.
Sure. It was about an episode and a half of you
Onslaught was the
forgetting who
one
that
who spent a
was.
significant portion calling him Pickler.
That is true. But anyways, Godfrey, not to be mistaken with Pickler, we were after because we'd been run on a wild goose chase through a mall for a dude about a gun. And we told the dude we might not turn him in if he helped us catch Godfrey. And we managed to get we had a lot of returning faces this time. We went and bothered El Scorpion to see if he could find anything on Dr. Godfrey.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that part.
Yeah, we just like went into his apartment and I gave him some rocket powered roller skates. I hope he'll
I
enjoy
remember the
them.
mall. I remember the museum. I forgot that we visited El Scorpion in between.
And we finally found out that Dr. Godfrey's full name is Gordon Gottfried. Wrote that down. And last we left off, we had actually managed to get him. He was restrained and everything. And then while Pete went to go sit on a balcony to think about his life, someone tried to come up and assassinate him. And after taking that guy down, we found out it was a member of the Zodiac Syndicate, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And apparently he had a cyanide capsule because he definitely started foaming at the mouth instead of, giving us information. So we're currently at the museum with a, captured Dr. Gottfried and a dead syndicate member.
Now, did we check to make sure it wasn't just like a Mentos and Coke? Like the old fake cyanide cyanide.
Yes, I
Cyanide.
actually made...
Cyanide capsule.
Cyanide.
That's going in the book.
That's the brand name?
Emmy did actually make a check to see whether or not he was alive.
Right, that's true.
Because he's the closest we have to a medic, I guess. Also, Emmy's lifespan gets shorter and shorter every time we discuss it.
Emmy will
Last
be
time it
born in
was
the
12
future
weeks.
this episode.
Gonna find out he's actually a simulation.
Hey, and Sammy did his share of medicalism.
You
in the
tried.
past episode,
It
too.
was
Succeeded.
commendable. You partially succeeded. It was commendable for Sammy.
It's still got the word success in it, so it counts.
So yeah, that's where we left off. We were at the museum, unless something else has happened.
No.
Okay.
So do we all still have our respective wounds? Because, oh buddy, Pete was in rough shape.
Oh, I cleared those out. I think I had 3. Should I put them back?
Well, yeah, that's a good question, because the wounds are supposed to clear at the end of the session, but if it's still the same day, or like the same minute,
It's been
How does that
it's
work
been a
out?
couple days.
Oh,
Cool.
that works.
but we are
Okay.
still at the museum.
Yeah, we
Also, no.
we stayed there.
No. You've been you guys took Gottfried, right? You guys took Gottfried back to the Dosage Tango, where you interrogated him. And he told you so He knows about he knows about Jim's Zodiac Syndicate problem.
Jim's?
And I
Who's
don't
Jim?
know why.
Mine.
I don't know why I said that. Pete. It's been a month. Give me a break. He says. So here's the thing. Gottfried is working for the Zodiac Syndicate at this point. He says. He tells Pete that they actually want Pete's expertise in botany.
Maybe they shouldn't have tried to shoot him.
Well, they were trying to see. Here's the thing: they were gonna capture him and blackmail him.
With bullets.
Well, not just bullets.
They were gonna shoot him in the non-fatal part of the brain.
Yeah.
They weren't gonna shoot him. They were gonna threaten to shoot him, and then he was supposed to surrender.
Huh. Surrender. I don't know that word.
Yeah.
And I read a whole dictionary.
So here's the thing:
Sammy ripped the S section out of the dictionary because his name wasn't in it. This dictionary is defective. He looked under Scat King, and there wasn't a picture of him next to the entry.
That's
It's
a good thing Emmy already. It's a good thing Emmy already knew what the word saxophone meant.
It was the dictionary, and he was like, "This is the worst phone book."
Look, tearing out the S section just made it like the perfect height for Sammy's chair to boost him.
Right, exactly.
So here's the thing: the Zodiac Syndicate want to re-terraform Callisto because it's all shitty and salt miney and crappy, right?
And has an alien.
Yeah, that's also true. So here's the thing: they will erase your debt to them that you have secretly had for the last few episodes if you agree to do this. Why do you have this debt?
That's a very good question. I think that it was because Pete was a very, very bad... Okay. Badminton. In school, he was on the team.
It's like an autocorrect poem.
He was having trouble paying for school, so like he would bet on like his games, and then it became it started to become like a game fixing thing, and he lost a lot of money and eventually had to turn to the syndicate. Yeah. So this goes back hundreds. This goes back hundreds of years.
Well, if it was on Ceres.
You think I'm 100 and you're 5.
And that's why he worked on the terraforming thing at Mars, because it was like a different shady organization, but being near them was like protection. And now that he's been doing the bounty hunting thing, he doesn't have that anymore. Look at that. It came together.
Great.
Now I have to wonder if there was some ulterior motive to my dad sending me to the university that Pete was teaching.
Whoa.
So it's like the weird, like, inverse, like...
As Onslaught goes to write it down.
Needs backstory with the Space Mafia.
So here's the thing: Gottfried tells you that they will in order to do this job, re-terraforming Callisto, you're gonna have to basically leave the Dosage Tango. But they don't. They're gonna give you time to get your affairs in order and figure out what you want to do. So you have enough time for like
they're gonna kill you at all.
one last job.
Just one last job and you're out.
Yeah. So I guess are we all in like the main room and I'm explaining this to them?
Gottfried is like handcuffed to the fridge.
Yeah.
This thing smells bad.
Well, be glad that you're outside instead of in it.
So
We might forget you in there for a year.
And he stops. He's like, "Wow, that was actually really dark for me to say, guys. What's happening to me?"
listen, I'm sorry I never really told you guys. I just figured it was something that was in the past, and our more immediate problems are more immediate. I never thought this would catch up with me, but here we are. I'm really not seeing any other option but going with them, but we've got, a week? If you have any loose ends we wanted to tie up, we ought to do that now.
Well, I kind of don't want to have to deal with all this weird political organization stuff.
Emmy,
It's
you
a
get
lot
a
of
note
work.
on your phone from Robert Vampirson and the girl whose name I don't remember.
Kristen?
Yeah. Did I give her a last name? I could remember the
No,
first
you
name.
didn't. In
Oh,
fact,
okay.
you even took away Robert's last name because you said that
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Shadowplay operatives don't use last names.
That's right. I forgot about that.
So there's like a special little like noise for when Robert texts, which is funny because no one texts anyways. But he like jumps and then immediately goes and grabs his phone with a big smile on his face, hoping that it's, a notice for a date.
It is not.
It is not.
Unless you consider breaking your dad out of prison a date.
You take what you get.
So they have managed to get the information about the layout of the prison colony Xerxes IV. It is in, if you go in the shitpost channel and click on that spoiler thing from the other day.
Oh, cool. I actually completely forgot to. So, hey, I didn't spoil myself.
Ooh.
And
Heck.
I'm gonna put this up in the video later.
Cool. I'm proud of myself for not clicking that, mostly because I forgot it was there, but hey.
Yeah,
I
so this
clicked
is
it but
basically
looked
a map.
away. So I do it reflexively. I didn't look at
You
it.
just
when I realized I was
reflexively
supposed to
click
look at
every
it, I was
spoiler
like,
thing, no matter
I
what.
do, and it's terrible because I get spoiled. And then I'm like, why do I do this? And I keep doing it.
I also reflexively click on every spoiler thing because it's like, I don't care. I want. Someone
you're
clearly
right.
wants me to know this.
I saw it said don't open till Saturday, and I wasn't sure if you meant before or after. But then I forgot about it, and then depression napped for 2 days, so we're good.
So I guess to describe it for our listeners back home, it's like a circular, kind of like a dartboard-shaped layout of a prison with like a visitor's entrance and offices in the center, and then in the very outer ring you have all the different cell blocks.
Oh no, part of the graphic is. Damn it. It's just
It's
graphical
okay.
bullshit. You can see the black lines through some of the letters. I'll fix it before I.
We
Or
can make
maybe
our
I
own
won't.
doors.
Or maybe I won't. Who cares?
You said
Anyway.
it was the Xerxes what now?
The Xerxes IV.
Fort.
Xerxesiv.
Oh, four, like the number.
Yeah.
I wrote fort, like the structure.
That's good too.
And it's orbiting Saturn, the rings of Saturn. And yeah. So
Also, anyone who's like looking over his shoulder while he's texting, the contact just is like 3 hearts and the vampire emoji. Look, no one actually has names in Emmy's phone. All their contacts are just emojis. You have to decipher who he's actually talking to.
So these guys will meet up with you later. They will meet up with you maybe like, I don't know, an appropriate amount of space away from the from Xerxes IV, that they won't be detected.
I mean, the whole thing. I mean, it's around the rings, right? So we could just meet up like on the other side of the planet.
You know how big Saturn
wherever.
is?
You can walk.
Or just on the other side.
We can walk on the gaseous planet. Yeah.
Nobody can walk on the planet. That's why it's all constructed around the rings.
Like, I imagine the, although that would be a good spot for it, is in the middle of the gas cloud.
It's just a hop, skip, and a jump down the rings of Saturn.
Anyway, what I was going to say, I imagine that, like, maybe the prison satellite is, like, orbiting above one side of the rings that are plated in metal. So maybe we could just, like, be on the other side, like, directly opposite.
I know what you mean now. I thought you meant the planet, not, like, underneath the ring.
Anyway,
Right.
this is the as you guys are explained this, a little pop-up says on your screen says, as soon as you set course for Xerxes IV, this is the point of no return in the game. So do any side quests or anything that you want to do before you proceed on this mission. So if you guys want to buy anything or, you know, set anything up or whatever, this is like the last opportunity to do so.
Well, that's where that pencil went. Now I have two.
Clear out your wallets.
Oh, geez, yeah, I still have like 3,000 money. Let's see, what do I need? I've got 2 knives, I've got bombs, I've got pain drugs, I've got restraints and climbing gear and a saxophone, and I don't have the rocket-powered rollerblades anymore. I gave those away.
Let's see, Sammy's got his Kevlar vest. He's got his smokes. He's got his gun. That's all he needs.
What'd you do with your jacket?
What?
Your jacket.
I
Your
took it
Yuri
off.
jacket.
I'm just not wearing it. It's in the closet. Get, you know, like a dozen identical dress shirts and like a dozen different colored like Technicolor ties, and then just like one like large furry parka.
What about you, Pete? Anything you want to buy?
I'm not buying anything, but I'm swapping some stuff up from the locker. So I've got the digital cloak and the holo projector and computer and gun. Actually, would I need the
computer and
toolbox
gun.
for this, you think?
Emmy's just holding up the Tesla gun. You think I should take this?
It's big.
It's big, but I have a duffel bag.
This is supposed to be like our gearing up montage, but instead it's just like a family packing for a vacation.
Pack my suitcase?
No, I'm telling you, you don't need 3 pairs of pants. You think you're gonna wear a different pair every single day, but you're just gonna end up wearing 1 pair, and the others are just gonna end up taking up space in your suitcase.
You have 3 whole pairs of pants?
Does Emmy literally only have 1 outfit?
And the swimsuit. He has 1 outfit, a swimsuit, and
And
a
the goth
spacesuit.
fashion.
He has
Oh
the
yes, he has the goth fashion. Or that,
he has
yeah.
clothes he was grown in.
I just smacked the microphone. Whoops. That's right, he does have the goth fashion, but I think we, like, literally bought that probably on whatever that... It was Ganymede, but I don't remember what city we were in.
New Galapagos.
No, New Galapagos was the other one.
No.
The New Galapagos was the trash site. The goth club was somewhere else.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I don't know if you actually named it. I think you might have decided it was just a different city.
Mm-hmm.
Old
Sure.
Galapagos.
Galapagos.
New Galapagos.
New Galapagos and Neo Galapagos. And Neo Galapagos is like the gritty, like cyberpunk goth version of the city.
Yes.
All right.
So what do y'all think? Tesla gun or bombs and climbing gear?
I mean, listen, the guns never really, the Tesla guns never really done any good for me at all. Bombs,
Yeah,
you can blow something up, that always comes in handy.
Yeah, and when the bombs blow it up, it's not murder.
That's very true. But listen, kid, really quick, are you sure about this? About breaking your dad out of prison?
I don't want his mess anymore.
I mean, I know that you want to get him out, you want to take back over the business or whatever, that's all fine, but like, you could always just like dip down. You could just abdicate the throne, you know? You don't need to go through all this trouble.
No, because then someone's still going to try to find me and kill me. It already happened once.
I don't know, I just worry that you're going to be going through all this trouble to do something good for this scumbag who ain't never done anything for you.
Well, I guess at least this way I can leave amicably.
Listen, I've done a lot of leaving in my life. I've never done much leaving amicably. That never really.
Yeah, I know. I've already met like 4 of your exes.
It's not my fault that every single one of my exes are crazy. Listen, there's
Pete's
one
in the back counting on his fingers.
There's one common denominator in all of my relationships. Is that
Saxophone?
my exes is crazy and has nothing to do with me. It's all going nuts after like 3 months of dating. I don't know what it is.
Musician groupies, I'm telling you. He says as a musician groupie.
But I mean, this is, I just saying, like, this is the big deal. Like, we've had our brushes with the law. We've been on the BNAD. We've been off the BNAD. We've caused property damage. We've murdered and maimed, and just strewn the trail of mayhem across the solar system.
And
that's
garbage.
that's all in a day's work. And garbage, yeah. There's lots of garbage, lots of mayhem. It's all in a day's work as an outlaw. But this kind of thing, like breaking into a prison, like this is the kind of thing that, like this gets you like actually on the BNet. This is the kind of thing that, you know, this could actually end your life for good. Like this is real, like serious trouble. This is the kind of thing that shoots you up from you know, level 1 all the way up to like a level 6.
Well, then it will be the problem of whatever new Emmy dad grows.
All right, if you're sure about this.
If we're gonna do it, now's the time.
Well, also, like, I mean, these guys got our names wiped off of the stuff before, and honestly, if they find out I'm the one that put him in jail in the first place, then we're really gonna have a problem. So we might well, you know...
You're still on the phone with us while you plan this.
No, they sent me a text message.
I know, I'm just fucking...
Nice try.
Emmy, you left voice to text on.
But you do see him, like, cover the phone with his hand, even though it's just like a text message when he says it.
It's, yeah, he looks down at the screen, it's just the entire conversation is like a 10-page long text message. He's like, oops, deletes that real quick.
I mean, we do have a member of the Zodiac Syndicate just listening to all this casually.
Yeah, but who says he has to live?
It's
What?
True.
Also, he's in the fridge room. He's handcuffed to the fridge.
I don't know. Hey, Spanks, what do you think about all this? Sammy like yells at the locked storage compartment.
Wait, is Spanks with us? I thought he was
No,
still on
Spanks is
Ganymede.
not with you.
Oh shoot, we forgot Spanks.
No, Spanks is like, listen, if you're going to do this, I can't do this. I can't ride with you on this one.
Well, look, all I'm saying is if I don't mess up this, then it's gonna find me one way or another.
The second the prison break came up in conversation, like Spank like got up and grabbed his cat and grabbed his stuff and was like, "Nope, I'm out.
Yeah.
You guys are idiots. Fuck you."
But I get it if you guys don't want to do that.
Listen,
I'm not getting away with that. I'm not getting. Sorry.
Yes, if you think this is the play, then fine, we'll go along with it. But I'm just saying, this isn't a good idea.
Well, when have I ever had a good idea?
I know you on board with this, Doc?
I've got to go underground either way, so it doesn't affect me much. I'd like to do one last thing together, and this seems as good as anything. This seems like a good activity. Fun for the whole family.
So we are family now?
Just hope that we hope we get to go underground in the fun, abandoning all your life and responsibilities way, and not in the under 6 feet of dirt way.
At least as far as we know, I don't know. I don't even remember most of my life. Am I even the first one?
I guess there's one way to find out.
Also, it wouldn't really be that bad to, still have the whole, organization available in case we need something, but, like, not hating my guts.
Well, I guess you could always break that out of prison and get him to take over the organization. And if you change your mind later, we'll just murder him and just switch you out. You'll be able to tell the difference.
I mean, I'd rather not. I'd rather just kind of be like a friend of the family instead of the family. Besides, if I'm Robert's boss, it'll make dating him really weird.
Okay, now I understand. Now I understand what this whole thing is. Okay. You should have just told me you were doing this whole thing to get some tail. Now I understand. And I was speaking the same language.
And he just kind of shrugs guiltily.
Alright, I guess that's it then. We're all on board. One last flight for the Dosage Tango crew. Except for Spanks. Bye, Spanks.
He's not here. But I can send him a text.
Spanks popped back in. We're like, "Oh, you changed your mind." He's like, "I just forgot my hat."
All right. So you guys got all your shit together? You ready to go?
Everybody in their stuff together?
I'll leave the Tesla gun in the locker.
Sure about that?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, what's our current inventory situation? 'Cause
I've always been playing that each knife takes up a slot. That's true, I assume, right?
I guess.
If you could duct tape them together. One.
All right, Darth Maul.
Yeah, exactly.
Double-edged knife.
Then, trying to think. So Sammy, his trench coat, that gives him an extra slot, so he can carry 5 things. So he's got his vest, he's got his gun, he's got his smokes.
You can also buy things.
Right, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. I mean, we could just buy another duffel bag and put the Tesla gun in that.
Just dual-wheeled duffel bags.
I also have to ask, what is you guys' plan for getting in here?
I kind
Still
of
work.
assumed that the organization that had been putting all this work into planning this heist would have a plan for us.
Oh no, you guys are. cut to Robert and Kristen and going, oh no, you guys are going in. You...
Now, I mean,
Yeah,
what-
we
got
finally
you guys
called
the
him. It's like,
map.
so what's the plan here?
What cell block did we say he's in?
He is in cell block G.
Oh, that's right near the entrance, right? We just walk in and make a right.
Not if you look at how the things are connected.
Oh, okay.
We have to go
I
through
thought that
like
was the entrance.
so all the
Nope.
cell blocks C, D, E, F.
So do we start the visitor center? Visitor entrance? We start in the middle. Maybe.
Yeah, that's
Well,
where
I
all
guess
the
the
parking
question
is.
is,
Okay.
what if we just go in like, I'm visiting my dad in prison, and then figure it out from there? I mean, as far as I'm aware, I'm his only son.
Are you allowed to make visits to a secret prison planet that nobody knows about?
There's an entire section
There's a
that's marked
visitor center?
visitor center and a
Oh
visitor
yeah, shit.
entrance.
Well,
It's a secret, however, if someone does find it, they are ready.
It's not necessarily a secret. It's just you didn't know which one he was sent to.
oh, so there's multiple of these. I guess it's Xerxes
It's Xerxes
4.
4, yeah. that implies at least Xerxes 1 through 3.
See, I thought it was like Star Wars rules.
No, it's like it's
It was Xerxes 4, and they figure if that one was successful, they could fill in 1 through 3 to
no, it's
3 years later.
no, it's Star Trek rules where, no matter how stupid sounding it is, as long as there's a number, there were that many preceding it.
Oh yeah, so it's like
No one
the,
asks what happened to Deep Spaces 1 through 8.
Shit.
the even number prison satellites are the nice ones, and the odd number are the really shitty ones that nobody likes.
I think this is the opposite.
I don't know. Maybe they all hold like different classes of criminals.
Xerxes 4, for example, has the whales.
I mean, right now we're we don't have any bounties on us, so like we could just go in and say that I'm visiting my dad, and then figure it out from there. But also, if I'm gonna go in to visit my dad, I probably shouldn't go in with a Tesla gun in a duffel bag. And I don't know, there's only so many times we can infiltrate a place with borscht delivery.
I don't know. It's kind of my go-to.
It works really well, I just don't think it's gonna work here.
I
don't even think they're
walking out of the
plutonian.
kitchen with the borscht and turns back around, heads back in, hearing that.
He was so excited to offer his...
Okay, I've got the plan, guys.
Now, yogurt delivery.
I threw in a fresh batch of borscht. He thought, no, we're not doing the borscht thing this time.
Oh, but we've still got 2 devices, right? To look like other people?
My holo projector and my digital cloak.
I mean... God, I forgot! Oh god, I forgot.
Well, here's
I
another-
forgot that in canon, Dr. Gottfried looks like someone who could pass for my grandfather. That was made canon. It was just...
hey, Emmy, ask them. They were doing all this recon on the satellite, on the prison. Did they happen to figure out like when they get shipments of new prisoners?
So Emmy will text back to
It's all the
Three Hearts
time.
vampire emoji.
It's all the time.
All the time, like every day?
Yeah.
It's not like scheduled or what?
No.
Yeah, I guess they do have a lot of planets to get them from. There's probably like a queue.
But we could the visitors plan, that's an option. What if we were to like hijack a prison transport of some kind, and then we sneak ourselves in as prisoners? Like one of us could pretend to be a guard, the other ones pretend to be prisoners. We sneak them into the jail, they get processed and taken right to where the prisoners are. You could bust your dad out that way.
And that's easier than visiting as family?
Gets us closer to the gets us closer to the cell block. We could probably have our weapons with us in that case. At least
In
if
the
we
cell block as prisoners?
as
I guess
guards.
whoever's the guard. Unless we all want to go in as guards. At the very least, I figure we want the bombs in there.
We do have a prisoner, like an actual live prisoner with us on the ship. Like right here.
We actually have two. We still have Colt Castle locked up somewhere in here.
How do you remember who that is? He's just in the freezer.
That was the person
What was his
hired
deal?
by-
Because I actually wrote his name down and do not know who he is.
He was the one put up by Godfrey to offload the gun that assassinated
yeah. Okay.
Jesse the Body Jacobs.
And
You have a
you
walk-in
never turned
freezer,
him
and
in?
They're both in there like carbonite.
We said we might not turn him in if he helped us
That's
get
right.
Dr. Godfrey.
He did not help you get Dr. Godfrey.
He just over there eating a bowl of cereal, like, wait, what?
He's also handcuffed to a different fridge.
Well, that's another idea. Wait, the three of us, we could disguise ourselves as guards. We could turn these two in as prisoners. I mean, obviously, we bind and gag them so they don't give away the scheme. But we could disguise ourselves as guards, pretend we're a prison transport. They get them all the time. They don't know.
Prison transport shaped like a fedora? Very common.
Yeah, they're a reliable aircraft.
I mean, that's why it's that's the Dosage Tango is a repurposed prison transport ship.
Yeah, the haberdashery something I never wrote down.
3008.
Which means there were 3007 other models.
See, yeah. See, that's why they shape it like a hat. Because then you come up on the prisoner, you just kind of like flip over and scoop them up.
You know, like when you gotta catch a space spider.
It's exactly like that.
Sense.
See, after the Space Spider War, when they were done during the ball,
Vampires and space spiders.
into prison transports.
Look, we had the we had the Blade version. We had the Blade knockoff. Now we get to have the Resident Evil knockoff.
It all started with the necrobotics experiments in 2022. Little did they know.
Well, let's see if we can't, call up some contacts of mine. Maybe get, Robert and Kristen in on this and get the ID of the ship forged into a prison transport. I'm sure they take all kinds of models. It's not like they can standardize them across entire planets.
Yeah, I've read that the police are massively underfunded, and they have to turn to outlaws to deputize them to help with the rampant crime problem. So I
Yeah.
imagine they probably don't have that much of like a standardized fleet. They probably just use whatever they can get their hands on.
Yeah,
It's funny, I've read that too.
Now available at exaltedfuneral.com.
So yeah, and so he'll text back 3 emojis vampire, or 3 heart vampire emoji. There we go. Do you think you could get the Dosage Tango temporarily licensed as a prison transport.
You just get a text back that says done.
Perfect. It's done. Awesome. Now we don't need Pete to work his hacking magic until later today.
Yeah, save that.
After putting all the borscht back, he comes back out with all of his equipment. Whatever.
Look, when we have a plant-related problem, you will be the first guy we call, Professor.
Thank you.
It says hack the planet, not hack the plant.
Not according to episode 1.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so that sounds like a pretty good plan. So who wants to break it to Colt Castle that he's going to jail?
I mean, we don't have to tell him that he's actually going to jail. He could just be, and we can just leave him there. I don't really care what happens to him, but you can just tell him that we'll bust him out later.
We will?
No, obviously not. You can tell him that. No, we're lying.
Oh, we're lying. Gotcha. I'm not that good at lying.
Yeah, I know. I had to rip the L's out of the dictionary too.
All right, so we've got our plan. Let's get our prisoners and suit up as guards. I guess now it actually, works out fine that I'd have the Tesla gun on me.
Oof, ow. Claws are bad today, Lucy.
So do we still have 2 digital cloaks? Is that
You trying to get mac and cheese, is that it? Can't have
I just got the one.
is one? No, I don't need mac and cheese. I need
We
additional
had 2. One of them we just needed to repair, I think.
We can also just
Because-
say we bought them.
Yeah, we could just fucking buy them. We have money.
Buy Space Mart. We can pick up some new digital cloaks, disguise ourselves as guards.
You know what? If we're taking the guard route, I probably don't need to keep the restraints on me because, they'll be wearing them.
That's true. All right, so I guess then we is that our next montage? We all go shopping and buy digital cloaks and whatever else we need for this prison heist.
Sure.
Okay, so we do that. Just screen wipe.
Perfect. And if I get a trench coat, it'll give me one more extra slot. So Amy will just borrow one of your many trench coats. They're a little short on him, but it works.
It's like a regular coat on you.
It's a regular coat.
It fits pretty well, actually. It kind of fits you better than it fits Sammy.
Almost like
It makes his shoulders look more imposing, so he actually looks like a guard. It's one of those Spatey's padded trench coats. Can't wait for the art for that episode.
Okay, well, since we went shopping, then Sammy also, he's just going to go ahead and buy a silencer for his gun.
That works.
All right. Does it say? Just so you know, that doesn't take up a slot.
Oh, it doesn't?
Yeah. The
Okay,
description.
well.
The description of that was not. That's something I need to fix now because it says can be applied to any handgun or machine gun. So I assumed that it would be clear, but apparently.
Yeah, it can be applied in the same slot as any handgun or machine.
Yeah.
Or equipped in the same slot. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Next version. Reprints
Yeah,
are
same
probably going to come in
size.
September for another batch.
Oh, he's gonna buy a silencer. And I guess since he's got the extra space, since he doesn't have, or since the silencer is equipped to his gun, he's going to go ahead and buy some knockout gas. An actual smoke bomb.
We've learned. We'll make sure that we don't mix them up. You know, don't put them in the same trench coat.
I've been informed we need to call it an onslaught.
And there are 6 of them.
Yeah.
No, Onslaught 6 doesn't fly. That we went through Onslaughts 1 through 5 first.
I mean, there were 5 of them when I made that fanfic character in 2002. There's a lot more now, actually.
You made it this far in the series, now you're getting the deep lore.
Yeah. Getting the revelations about my backstory.
Revelations.
Dark.
Shut up,
twisted.
Jim.
.com/Bandcamp.
Shut up, Jim.
It's like Revelations were making even more Resident Evil references. Okay, cool. I can fit everything on here now. Nice.
Hooray!
That trench coat solved all my problems.
To patreon.com/tidalwave games for the upcoming CU Space Cowboy module, Visions of Mercury.
No. I don't even know what that
In
would be.
joke that the people on this call will get.
Yeah,
Some of the people on this call will get.
yeah. I was part of a band and we released an album called that. That's the joke, everybody. Anyway.
All right, so we're gonna disguise ourselves as guards, and then we're gonna bring these two in, and in our official prison transport.
Sure. All right.
Should we have like an extra cloak just in case to, you know, cloak Dad when we get him out, or when we get him out we're just going for it. We're just gunning it. I mean, they all know who he is. It doesn't matter if they see him.
Well, cell block G is facing the outside of the building, so if we just pop a hole in it, we could just get out.
Yeah, that works.
You could just bust a hole in the wall. Although, I guess at that point we might need some kind of like spacesuit or something to like survive in the vacuum of space.
Is this just floating in the vacuum of space, or is it like on an actual like?
No, it's just
Thing.
floating out there.
Damn it. So, in that case,
And they don't have anything in place in case someone tries to bust the wall open to keep all the air from leaving?
What about this? Okay,
no
I'm
computer, no holoprojector, spacesuit. Sorry, I cut you off.
I don't think that we can smuggle multiple spacesuits into the prison. So what if, instead of that, we don't all need to go into the prison as guards? What if 2 of us take the ship and the prisoners into the prisoner entrance? One of us could take one of the starfighters, one of the sunglass ships, and pull up outside of the prison. You guys get in there, bust a hole in the wall with a bomb, and then the starfighter is ready to dock really quickly before the vacuum comes out, before all the air escapes, and pick you guys up. That way we can make a quick escape back to the ship.
Maybe
Instead
the
of
ship
having to
could pop the hole.
Yeah.
You don't even need to bring the bombs in. Although, if we're thinking that, why don't we just try and figure out when he's in the cell block and then just do that anyway?
Wait, what?
Like, if we can hack into their closed circuit video cameras, we just make sure he's in cell block G, dock up to the wall, bust it open, grab him and go.
Why even need to get in the whole place to begin with? You're saying?
Yeah.
Well, you can't hack into it from outside. Like, in order to just to get this map, they had to get somebody in there.
Well, I also have to imagine they've probably got, I mean, they've got security. You probably can't just fly a spaceship up to the side of the, like, they probably frown upon that. So, what if when we're inside, Pete, you've been doing all this hacking lately. What if you hack into the security system, disable the outside cameras? That's when the starfighter can come up. Then you can bust out the wall.
I think I could do something like that reasonably, maybe once per 3-hour session, without having to take any chances on it.
Well, I guess also, well, yeah, because I don't know if they'd let me bring weapons in if I actually went as myself. Otherwise, I'd say then we could really confuse everyone. Actually, he stops and he messages Robert again. Do you know what they do whenever there's a visitor? Does, like, the person leave the block and go into, like, a special room, or...?
Yeah, so they take them through all the blocks and through the security room checkpoint up there, and then into the visitor center, and then there's the glass wall that you can't, break through and all that stuff, where you can visit.
But the visitor center, that's all the way, that's still in the center, right? The center of this map that we pull up again.
It's in the middle ring. Yeah.
Well, the visitor center is...
You can't bust to the outside of the wall through it.
Why don't we just bust the glass?
I said you could bust them out, but if you were gonna...
bulletproof.
But is it bomb-proof?
Glass is the most secure part of the entire facility.
So your plan is to somehow get a bomb into the visitor thing without them being like...
Right, that was the whole
We
reason.
bake a cake. We put a file in the cake.
And then when they're distracted looking at the file, that's when we pull out the bomb.
Well, if we've already got a couple people in there disguised as guards, how hard would it be for you... Well, no, if we get a couple of our people in there disguised as guards, how hard would it be to change the setting to look like security?
Well, I mean, once you're in the building, presumably they're going to have you on camera. As if we were going to hack in and disable the security system, things are probably going to lock down pretty quickly once they realize they've been shut down.
Well, if we hack them into a loop, then we don't have to worry about it. It can just look like I'm having a really long, boring conversation with my dad. Might be easier than blowing a hole in the side of the wall. What was that?
I feel like you got like 3 different plans that are all coming at each other from different angles here. I'm starting to get a little bit lost.
I'm just trying to figure out which one will be more likely to work.
Well, I think we can combine. I think I can go in and do the hacking while you're speaking, and then Sammy pilots the vehicle and picks us up.
So the only reason, again, that I feel like the visitor center thing might not work, if you look at the map, the visitor center is in the middle ring. The cell block is on the outer ring. If you're on the outer ring already, you can just blow a hole in the wall and get out that way. In the visitor center, how are you going to get to some place where the ship can pick you up?
Can we do the ceiling, or is it too high? Is there like stuff in between?
Or the floor.
What?
I mean, are there like multiple levels of this thing? Is it just like
no? It's flat. Imagine that these are all like it's like a flat disc. It's like a big frisbee.
Okay, see, I was definitely picturing more of like an orb.
It's like a frisbee with a piece taken out of it?
Yeah, so that you can get in and out to the middle.
So that's literally that's space. The white part here, taken out is outer space.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where you would go in to visit.
Okay. So you can just dock your spaceship directly up to the visitor's entrance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a big parking lot there.
So you'll smuggle in the stuff as guards and then switch to security, and then make your way around to the visitor center. Once it's hacked, we can have a loop of me talking to Dad while we bust him out.
What about the other guards that are actually like, that have eyeballs that are in the building? Like,
how many of them?
And their security is right next to the visitor center, all that. It's got people in the parking lot, presumably.
Well, we could always, you know what? We could always put something in, like, the bullpen for, like, somebody's birthday. And be like, hey, you know, when you get a chance, there's, like, some cake in the bullpen. Don't want to miss it.
And we put the file in the cake.
Some birthday Birthday borscht.
Yeah, and like then one of you two dressed as security kindly offers to take over and be like, "I got this. Go get you some cake, man."
I don't know. I feel like the visitor center version of the plan is much riskier. But I mean, I don't know. It's your dad. It's your scheme. Whatever you think the best plan is.
Well, how do we get in otherwise? I'm assuming no matter what, we have to take the ship and we have to take the ship and land it in the middle. Where would we go into the office instead in order to disable the systems?
I mean, you could just, I don't know, you could hack it. Just hack it. Just, I don't know where you do it from. Just to hack it. So if you come in as visitors, we land it. Okay. God, okay. It's hard to do all this talking planning in the Sammy movie. So we come in as visitors. You dock at the visitors' entrance. You come through. I guess bust a hole in the glass, shuffle them out of there, get back on the ship, and leave. The difficulty with that is that there's more guards around from that side. I would feel.
I still don't understand how you plan on getting the breaking the glass, getting your shit in there.
That's why I
That's
said
the other thing,
one
is
of
that
us
we-
does the visitor, and the other two sneak in as guards with the prisoners.
Okay.
That way, Emmy, doesn't have to have anything like on him that wouldn't be innocuous, whatever.
So wait, so then Emmy visits his dad in the visitor center. Pete sneaks in as a guard with the prisoners to hack the security system and turn it off. Then what happens?
Oh, we'll still have you, and at that point, all of the cameras will be looping. So it'll just look like I
So then
just
at
did.
that point, then I guess if we were taking the prisoners to there, there's no guarantee that they would get brought to the cell block near where your dad was.
Yeah.
And also, they might just take them from us as guards. So I guess if Pete snuck in as a guard, they would probably pay less attention to him. He would be able to hack the security system. You could visit your dad in the visitor center. Pete shuts down the security cameras outside, loops the cameras inside, and then you're able to, I don't know, maybe at that point Pete can, when the security is shut down, smuggle you back your weapons. You can bust your dad somehow out of the visitor center. And then, I guess at that point, that is when you could go to the outer wall, blow a hole in it, and escape through the ship when they're not paying attention because the cameras are looped.
So we can't land the ship directly on top of the visitor center and just go up through the ceiling?
They wouldn't let
Yeah.
you do that.
Either way, we're taking out the security from the outside.
They don't
So
think
I
they're
get-
gonna let us do any of it anyway, so...
Yeah, we could. Yeah, if you were to bust a hole through the floor or ceiling of the visitor center, you could also dock the starfighter on the outside that way. I guess you wouldn't have to go to the outer ring. Again, I was envisioning as an orb, not like a flat disc. So either way, as long as you were able to get to some point where I don't know, ask. They got the map. Ask them where the walls are thinnest.
They're the
So-
thickest everywhere.
They're the thickest everywhere.
So what if also, if we do that, what if we created the hole and docked directly on top of the glass? So you just had a hole and half the hole's on one side, half is on the other. We don't have to break the glass, just pull you up from each side.
Oh, there's an idea.
Sure.
Though these walls are like, I don't know what you guys are envisioning. These walls are like 10, 15 foot of like solid steel. Like this is a prison. You can't just bust them
Well, I guess-
like real easy.
Instead of blowing anything up, why don't, again, one of you switch your thing to security from the guards, go into the visitor center, and, like, escort him back out or something? And then just don't take him back to the cell.
And they wouldn't ask questions about that?
Not if they're busy eating cake in the bullpen.
Listen, no matter what you guys do, it's almost inevitable that at some point this is gonna fall apart and there's gonna be some shooty bang bang.
Okay, so let's get our heads together. Okay, take it from the top. What is the plan? Somebody explain to me what the plan is.
Okay, well, we can't do anything until we get somebody inside to hack the system. And that's going to be Pete. The easiest way to get him from the cell block G to closer to where we can get him out the entrance is to get him to the visitor center. That's going to be easier than getting him through 5 or 6 cell blocks, through security, through the barracks, through whatever way to get out. They'll have done half the work for us by bringing him to the visitor center.
Hole in the walls is an option, then yeah, we gotta somehow get him to one of the actual exits.
Yeah, and how many exits are there? Because it's hard to tell on this map.
The only publicly available way in and out is the visitor entrance, which is actually where they actually take in prisoners that way too.
What is the bullpen?
The bullpen is like where it's a big open office plan style thing where like the detectives and like higher up guys hang out.
Okay, detectives will avoid because they're suspicious and smart. So if intake is the visitor entrance, I'm thinking that we drop them off there, you do the visit at that same point, and I'll try and hack from within there. We just stick to this one small area.
Well, the visitor entrance is it's very heavily securityized because it's the point of entry. So trying to do anything suspicious there is pretty. I mean, I guess you have a free success, so I guess it doesn't really.
I mean, if I can get to the computer, if I trip on the way and they're like, "Get him."
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I think in that area, it's more like finding a place that would like work. Like they don't just have open terminals there. But so if you want to matrix this and just shoot up the entrance and start there.
I mean, if we're not blowing a hole in the wall, then how are you getting your dad out of the visitor center?
I mean, you could probably blow a hole in the wall with a really big explosion. Like, bigger than what you guys normally have.
Could we use the, I don't know, are the guns on the Dosage Tango powerful enough?
The Dosage Tango might be powerful enough.
We just blew up. We just crashed the ship into the side of it. We don't. Why is there not like a big drill on the gear list?
A big drill. Big drill.
Well, you've got knockout gas, right?
Well, see, things like this would be in the Starship supplement that is not yet written.
Who was the junk lord on? I think it was Ceres that we laid low there for a while.
I think he was actually on Mars or
on Mars.
Yeah, because it was
Mars.
Well, listen. I mean, it's gonna take us a while to. Are we still there?
Where?
Everybody still there? Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Everybody stopped talking for a second, and Mitch was being very, very still, so I thought it froze.
I wasn't laughing at you enough.
Mitch was laughing at all my funny comments. The stream must. No, fuck. What was I gonna say? We're gonna have a little while to. It's gonna take us a while to get to Saturn. You know, we gotta go through all this shopping and traveling and all that. What if we were to, we could probably try to, I don't know, hack together the cannons on the Dosage Tango, turn them into, instead of, the scattered guns, some kind of concentrated piercing blast, and kind of burrow through. You see what I'm saying? Kind of like a laser cutter. We could try to do something like that.
If we reverse the polarity of the deflector dish.
Yeah, exactly what he said. Yeah, he's smart.
you want to
So
do
what if we
that,
do that?
give
Then
me...
we could.
I'm going to need a fix stuff from somebody.
Who's got the best fixed stuff brain?
Fixed
Probably
stuff is-
brains.
You also
right?
have a toolbox you could use.
Yeah, let's
That's
say you've got a
true.
toolbox.
So what's the bonus for that? I know the
It's
book
plus
is over
2.
here, but it's far away. Okay, so I will roll a d12 for that. We'll say I pulled it out of my locker.
Dice, that's what I didn't get.
You can be wherever you want. We haven't... This is all kind of...
So we're on
loosey-goosey.
Mercury.
Well, what if we
D12.
Do you need assistance?
if we were back on
Sure.
Ceres, we could meet up with the junkyard dog or junk.
You called it the junkyard dog again!
I forgot which one wasn't it.
I did
meet
just
back
roll
up
an
with
8
the
plus
junkyard
2.
to get him to do
He's
it.
on
well, then
Mars,
you
but
don't need
listen,
my
if you
help.
want to hang out with, if you want to call that guy up and get some shit, you can do that.
But also, I mean, Pete just rolled a 10, so actually we're fine. He needs help.
Oh no, I
Okay.
just realized that I didn't have my dice out yet because I was so excited about,
Yeah. It's like, okay, so here's the plan. We swing by Mars. We try to, I don't know, maybe we can trade something. Maybe we can trade him the Tesla gun again. I mean, trade him the Tesla gun for the first time. And get him to
Yeah.
fix get him to
Funny
fix the
you'd
lasers.
say
And
something like that.
Pete's like, okay, I'm done. I did it.
Yeah, we just hear the
hold
sounds, the montage of fixing sounds in the background, like a drill and some flashes from a soldering gun or a welding tool and
Yeah, it's
what
just
sounds like a rivet machine.
Sammy's face while he's describing this whole plan of going to Mars and getting the junk lord to fix up the Dosage Tango to do this thing, and then it just zooms back out and Pete's like, okay, I'm done. You hear the sound of him working in the background. It's like, I did it.
Wow. Look at you.
Lifts a welding mask up. It should work.
Well, I'd say it sure looks like a 10 out of 10.
So that's okay. So here's what we do then. So, step 1, we're disguised as gods. We fly the Dosage Tango. It's already the serial number's been changed to a prison transport. We fly that up to the prison. You get off. You are visiting your dad.
Yeah, that's
Pete-
how we get him out of the block, is get him there.
Pete gets off. He's a guard. He's transporting prisoners. You guys are on the same ship for some reason. I don't know. Maybe they transport visitors and prisoners on the same shuttle. They probably do. They're so underfunded. They gotta. It's like when you get the Lift Plus or whatever.
Well, I'm just a poor fatherless boy, and I had to hitchhike to get here to see my
Right.
poor old dad in prison.
So you get inside. You go. You get your dad in the visitor center. While you're doing that, that is when Pete takes the fake prisoners into the prison. He takes the opportunity.
The fake
as
real
soon as-
prisoners.
fake real prisoners into the real prison. He takes the opportunity to hack the security system, loop the cameras on the inside so they don't know what's happening, and disable the cameras outside. I am on the Dosage Tango while you guys are doing that. As soon as I get the word from Pete that the security system is disabled, I fly around to the underside of the fortress or whatever. I used the souped up guns. Thank you, Pete, for doing that for us. That was some very nice work, very quick on your part. Burrow a hole through the floor. You guys are able to get onto the ship because it's docked. We are all lit up in the Tango. Bada bing, bada boom. We skedaddle. Easy peasy. They don't
Yeah,
even
and if, stuff goes down, then,
eat it ourselves. We can have our cake and eat it too.
Do we need the spacesuits? Or can we dock and then fire the weapon to blast the hole?
If you can hold your breath for 30 seconds, you'll be fine.
I will wear a spacesuit.
I mean, I guess you could wear a spacesuit underneath your normal outfit and just disguise yourself because you're going to use a digital cloak anyway, right? You could be wearing a spacesuit under that. Who cares?
But I guess we'd also need to get one on Orion, and Emmy would also need one.
He can just hold his breath. Who cares about Orion?
Well, I mean, if he dies, is kind of we did this for nothing.
No, you'll be good. Well, yeah, no, this will work.
I mean, you could always just like toss up a duffel bag with a spacesuit through the hole or something. I don't know.
I mean, you got a duffel bag. You could just smuggle a spacesuit in. I don't know. I guess you can. I mean, you could be wearing... Could you wear 2 spacesuits on top of each other?
No.
I mean, we are exactly the same size.
In CUSC land, how quickly of no atmosphere would we like turn to ice and shatter
30 seconds.
or implode? Oh, that works.
Like,
Just, expel all the oxygen from your lungs. You can survive in the vacuum of space for 30 seconds. It's totally fine. I've done it. I do it all the time. It's not a sex thing.
all right.
Okay,
So that's
does
the
that
plan?
make sense? That's the
We
plan?
got the plan.
We have something. It sure is something.
We've been talking for an hour. Did we got the plan?
So who's baking the cake?
We got time.
I could try on the way there.
So when you guys have the other guys hack your ship into identification, do you change the call sign of the Dosage Tango, or is it just Dosage Tango prisoner
We
thing?
hung a...
It's the cell block tango.
hung a sign. Sure,
Cell
okay.
block tango.
We just
Jailhouse
hung
rock.
cardboard sign.
Oh my
Over
god,
the-
it should be the Jailhouse Rock. You're right. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's better than the cell block tango. I was just making a Chicago reference.
Okay, cool.
Because I'm
So, yeah,
sitting here
nothing.
looking at all these words that say cell block.
It's now been christened the Jailhouse Rock.
All right. So, as you guys begin to approach, a voice comes over your intercom, and it says, "Jailhouse Rock, you are cleared for prisoner transport."
Thank you, proceeding to land. Over.
We made the executive decision that somebody who wasn't Sammy should do the talking on the way.
Why did you say over?
I didn't say over.
You're still saying it.
You're still saying it. Over.
I'm pretty sure I'm not saying over.
Yeah, you are. Over. Anyway, please proceed to visitor entrance out.
I guess we do that.
Maybe it's just sitting here like, man, we could have just distracted them with noises.
So you guys, the Dosage Tango pulls up to the visitor entrance, and the docking thing comes out and latches on so you can go in. As you enter, it is a large, brightly lit room with a desk and 2 female officers behind the counter with computers.
So before we did that, before we got off the ship, Sammy's like, "Hey, okay, kid, I just last chance. We could still dip if you don't want to go through with this. Once we get in there, all cards are on the table. All bets are off. Other gambling metaphors, I don't know. But
Rolling
once
the
we get
dice.
it, we're doing this. Once we do this, we're rolling the dice. Could come up a 12, could come up a 1.
Well, I've put all my chips in with you guys before, and it's never steered me wrong.
We have chips.
Shut up, you! Smacks the castle.
Ow!
You ate all my fucking chips!
You stole his wallet.
And I bought the chips with his wallet money. Okay, fine, whatever.
Wallet money.
No, you paid for the museum tickets with his wallet money.
Oh, another thing. Before we go in, I'm going to give Castle and Gottfried, I don't know, something either really spicy or like something that like numbs the mouth so that they can't talk and be like, oh, look what they're going to do. Get them. We're not prisoners.
Oh, I know what to do. It messed up Sammy when the Tesla gun backfired on him, so we could just, jolt him a little.
Yes, still. I mean, Doc, don't you consider some kind of like mildly poisonous plant you could feed them?
Yeah, and I just give them like herbs that cause their faces to swell up and their tongues to be too big to talk.
Just like, yeah, you dig around in your pocket, you just pull out like a handful of poison ivy, just like rub it all over their faces.
It's okay because you're wearing the spacesuit underneath.
Never leave home without it.
Pocket poison ivy.
Pocket ivy.
Listen, if that's
Well,
in
it's
his
better than
pockets,
pocket
it's going to take
nightshade.
up a slot.
It's better than pocket nightshade, though. That'd
Well,
be.
you think you just used it up, so.
Yep.
All right, here we go. Now turn them back.
And then I imagine that I have to probably hand off my duffel bag to somebody. So I don't think they're gonna let me take in.
Oh, at the
lot?
yes. So you come in, and they say, "Hi, can I help you?"
Well, I imagine if I had to, I would have passed off the duffel bag before.
No,
Right.
you haven't had to so far.
Oh, I just mean like, would we have passed off the duffel bag to one of the have one of the security people carry it? Disguised behind the cloak.
No, this is where the. Oh, are
One
you
of our
giving it?
security people. One of our
Okay.
fake security people.
Okay. Yeah, if you want.
Okay.
So I have the
So
duffel
that
bag
way-
now.
Yeah, that way all I've got is the knives and the spacesuit.
So how much does the duffel bag take? 2 slots?
It takes 2 slots, but it gives you 4, so it's like getting 2 extra slots.
Okay, and what was in the duffel bag?
That was well, not the cloak anymore. So what was in the duffel bag? I think it's just bombs and pain drugs now. Since since Emmy wasn't going to be a lot of the firepower in this fight.
Oh, it gives you. Okay.
So the spacesuits are throwing up through the hole, is what we're doing? We decided?
Well, Emmy can have one spacesuit on him, so there's probably also a spacesuit in the duffel bag because there's space for the suit.
Okay. So I just have 2 spacesuits, I guess, and nothing else. Or a spacesuit in a duffel bag with a spacesuit in it.
You've got like your hacking stuff, right?
I feel like I'm doing this math wrong here. Right now I have gun, digital cloak, spacesuit, which takes 2 slots. If I were to take the digital cloak with the duffel bag with 2 things in it,
The duffel bag. Okay, hold on.
You could wear a trench coat and carry a spacesuit or carry a duffel bag and have like 7 slots.
we've been joking about the duffel bag and the duffel bag thing all series, and now I'm like, well,
How does it work?
Well, the way I have it written is I have the duffel bag taking up 2 slots, but then I split one into 4.
If you look at the character sheet, the easiest way to do it would be draw a line through 2 of your things so that there are 4 slots.
Yeah, that's what I did. I've had a lot of erasing, but that's kind of what I was doing here.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
okay. So it gives you, it takes 2 of your original
you get
slots,
4
but
slots.
gives you 4.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I think I'm fine then. I have the duffel bag
Yeah.
and all my stuff.
Yeah.
The digital cloak gun,
Basically,
spacesuit.
You basically, once you have the duffel bag, it takes up 2 slots but gives you 4. So
So you have 4
it
extra.
leaves you.
You have 4 more
Yeah.
than you normally would.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or I guess 2
Thank
more
you.
than you normally
I've
would.
got
Or
it
whatever.
now.
It's fine.
Yeah. You have a
You
total
have,
of 6
you, have,
slots.
you have enough slots. Yeah.
You have a total of 6 slots if you have a duffel bag on you.
Okay.
Why did how did this end up so complicated? This part of the game.
This is the real duffel bag meta.
This is the...
Well, it's like this is it's interesting this is happening in the finale, but like this is where we're coming across our like limits now of like we have so many pieces literally to make this work, and can we physically carry them all is an issue.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I have space for now? My saxophone. Look, if we need a good looping audio, it'll just be saxophone music. And that works. So yeah. I do have my knives on me. I might have to hand those over, but you know what? It's not that unusual to have a knife on you. Especially if you're a poor orphan son because your dad is in prison.
All right, so you come up to the lady, and she says, "Hi, can I help you?"
Yeah, I've never done this before. I'm here to see my dad.
Who is that?
His name is Dad.
Can you just bring me all the dads, and then I'll pick mine out of a
all
lineup?
the dads in prison.
I always wanted to
There we go,
I always wanted to pick my dad out of a lineup.
There's the episode title, "All the Dads in Prison." It's Mr. Acero, Orion.
I regret to inform you, this prisoner is under a strict no visitor policy.
Really? But I came all the way from Ceres. I had to hitchhike with like a prison transport.
That's very
It was-
dangerous, and you shouldn't have done that.
Well, it's not like I've got a dad there to tell me not to.
Am I behind them in line?
No, they can take you separately.
Okay, then never mind. I've been taken separately. Oh, if we're splitting up now, then also I did slip you a letter right before I left.
Me?
A very subtle handoff, yeah.
Okay. We could have just texted, but that works.
This is Pete you're talking about. No, I
That's
couldn't have.
true.
We tried to write a text and it didn't work out.
Is there any way? I mean, I don't even know how I'm gonna get back. I mean, I might just have to like sleep here.
You can't sleep here.
Well, where would I go if I couldn't?
Someone will have to arrange transport. I don't know. Listen, you can't see this guy. He's under like top level. This guy's done some really bad stuff. First of all, he engaged in illegal cloning experiments. He was the leader of a organization called Shadow Play. He's a bad guy. If you want my personal opinion, you probably shouldn't want to talk to this guy.
Emmy's just gonna turn on the waterworks.
Give me
He's
manipulate
just gonna
someone,
start
please.
crying. Do what?
Give me manipulate someone, please.
With the resting innocent face, yes?
Absolutely.
Well, I should roll for something stupid ahead of time so I'd have juice. Alright, and the... Well, that's a 7 total.
7?
That's not bad for my worst stat.
She looks around and she says, "All right, listen, let's just calm down. Don't. You're making a scene. I can't have a scene. I hate a scene. Okay, let's just calm down.
It's
I'll
just
see
these
what
big brown teary eyes.
I will see what I can do. Okay, just let me go talk to my boss. Okay, just stay here. Stop crying. Stop making a scene. Okay, I'll see what I can do." And she walks away from the table. Pete, you come in, obviously guarding 2 prisoners, right?
Sure.
Is that who we got? We have...
I'm Booth Gusto in a uniform.
Oh yeah, brother.
Isn't Boof... Isn't he also in here?
Yes.
He could also be in here.
Yeah, you come in, and they say, dropping off too?
Yep, dropping off.
All right, come with us. and
Sure.
they lead you into the bullpen area for
I'm
processing of these prisoners.
I'm gonna quickly take a sneak peek at whatever letter you just slipped on me. Or is it, like, sealed with, like, scotch tape or something?
It's not sealed with
It's-
scotch tape. It's sealed with like dirt.
Yeah, it's like tree sap. But it says in pencil on it, like, do not open until after, or something like that. Something more poetic sounding than that.
No, that's what it says.
Do not open
It's
until
misspelled
after.
and it's crossed out.
I'll just put it.
After.
I'll just put it in the trench coat pocket. It's a little sticky with all the sap. I take a post-it off of the desk and I slap it on the seal and put it in. And I'm just gonna keep my tears going.
All right,
Because I'm supposed to be real upset about this.
You are in the bullpen, Pete, where they take your two guys and they say, well, all right, what are these guys' names and cereal?
This is Frankie Goes and To Hollywood.
He's got it, like, written on his palm.
I don't have them anywhere in our records.
Are you sure? Because it's listed here on my manifest, and
On
he's
your
got his
Palm
phone
Pilot?
out. It's like his music app is open, and it's like welcome to the Pleasure Dome. It says it right here.
This is Welcome to the Pleasure Dome.
Who are you expecting? Because I mean, listen, you know me. I've been doing these drop-offs for a while. I can't figure out this phone stuff. Who are you expecting? This is who you were expecting.
I'm
You just hear the
I
quiet.
don't know you. I've never seen you before. In fact, you do look
Are the
familiar.
person you're looking for.
You do look familiar. Do I know you?
You
from
just
somewhere?
hear Emmy's crying echoing from the other room.
I was on leave for like
Mustache,
6 months.
the bleached blonde hair, the bandana and sunglasses. Why do I recognize you?
I took 6 months leave. I tweaked my leg. Sister had a kid. Very exciting. I scheduled the injury. 2 for 1.
Give me manipulate someone, please.
Yes, we are the people that need to be making these rolls.
Yeah.
That's only under cool, right?
I believe.
Where did the office person have to go after I made a scene?
They would have had to. Well, they need to speak to their boss, so they need to go the whole way to the chief's office.
Damn it. That's a 3.
Uh-oh. You're BGO. You're Boof Gusto.
Shh.
What are you doing working the?
Listen.
I heard you got arrested. In fact, I thought we're. Wait a minute. Didn't I see you in the? Didn't Jimbo? Didn't they? Didn't we bring in?
I was his stunt double, but I had to find a new career when he got locked up.
Oh, you're Wait, so wrestlers have stunt doubles? I thought they took all their bumps themselves. That's not.
Right, real quiet. I don't want anyone else listening. It turns out wrestling isn't real.
What?
This was very upsetting to me too.
I don't.
There's quite a bit of.
I'm not
theatrics
sure I
to it,
believe you.
and I don't blame you. It's a difficult. It was very upsetting for me to find out too.
What's
but
your name?
It's the truth. Goof Busto.
That sounds made up.
It is. That's my stage name. My actual name is...
Ralphie, come over here. Ralphie Dunbar, come check this guy out.
You still hear crying from the other room.
That sounds bad. Do you know what that is? Someone should go check that out.
Yeah, you know what? We'll send Ralphie. Me and Dunbar will handle this. Ralphie, you go check that out. Okay.
You just hear, I'm never gonna see my dad again!
The door to the bullpen opens, Emmy, and you see a large, fat guy with a mustache, dressed in a cop uniform. And he says, who's making that noise? Who's crying and making a scene? No scene making in Xerxes IV.
It's written on the
Are
wall.
they gonna
Rules.
question
Look at
all
the
that-
sign! Don't make me tap the sign! I expect a meme of
Is
that
there
by
any
next
like
week.
question in the fact that there's no one at the desk?
There's another lady at the desk. A different.
There's another lady
Yeah,
at
there's
the
two
desk
ladies.
who's just like,
Why is this lady? Why is this poor little kid making a scene here? She says, I don't know. The other girl was dealing with it. She went away. All right, kid. Why is you making a scene?
they won't let me see my dad.
What?
Just big puppy eyes. I came all this way from Series. They won't let me see my dad. I'm just gonna keep seeing how many more people I can attract from the bullpen to deal with my shit.
So you need to see your dad. Who's your dad?
Apparently he's a really bad guy.
That's a lot of the people here at Xerxes IV.
I said I couldn't see him.
What's your dad's name?
Orion.
Orion who? There's a lot of people with that first name.
Acero?
Acero? Oh, Orion Acero. That guy, he ain't so bad. I don't see why they wouldn't. You know what? Let me do it. Is it gonna shut you the fuck up if I go get your dad?
Yes. He just keeps squeaking out cries.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take you into the visitor center, and you're gonna sit down in front of the bulletproof glass that cannot be broken, even with explosions. And you're gonna wait there. And it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be nice and okay. Everything's gonna be fine. And then I'm gonna go get your dad. And then your dad is gonna come see you, and then you can see your dad. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So he leads you. He opens the door. The visitor center is a big, brightly lit room with rows and rows of chairs, along with bulletproof glass. There are some people sitting there on the phone to the other side, because the sound doesn't travel too well to the other side, and you know, we've all seen movies. We know what this area looks like.
Clearly, whoever, what was his name? The dude that escorted me in here?
Ralphie.
Clearly, Ralphie has also fallen for the poor innocent me face that my father also wears.
Yes. And then he says,
He
okay,
got a
you
double
sit
tap
here.
of dark eyes from both ends, and it just demolished his will.
He sits you down in the chair and he says, you just sit here and you wait and I'll go get your dad and everything will be okay. Don't make no fucking scenes.
Okay.
If I come back and you're making a scene, I'm gonna take your dad away. I'm gonna shoot him.
I'm sorry, it's so hard to stay in character. You're gonna... No, he's gonna destroy his body. Oh. Also,
We are
just so that
horrible
way,
people.
like... just so that way, like, Sammy knows what's kind of going on. I've just had my phone, like, on call, but, like, in my pocket somewhere, so he's heard this whole thing.
Okay, so yeah, I imagine like Sammy. Maybe somehow they've got I know he's got 2 phones in the ship somehow. Let's say maybe Spanks forgot his phone, or they took a phone from one of the prisoners.
It's Colt's phone.
He's got a dual audio feed of. He's got 2 different earbuds in. One is the audio feed from Emmy's phone, and the other one is the audio feed from Pete's phone.
You probably took that one out and set it down because he's been wailing for like 10 minutes.
Yeah. Oh God, Jesus Christ, kid. Tone it down a little bit.
I can hear you all the way out here.
It's like,
It's like in stereo.
You're overacting. You're not going for an Emmy here. Well, you're going for an Orion.
Oh, Jesus.
How have we not caught that in 20 episodes of this?
Oh, are you kidding? That's like the first joke I made.
Like, seriously.
Like, the Emmy Awards are specifically for television shows, and we're kind of like a television show.
Sort of. All right.
Maybe that's why Emmy chose that name, because he wanted to get into film.
No, he chose the name because he thought he was saying the letters M-E.
And wait till you meet Orion's mom, Grammy. Emmy's brother, Oscar.
Cousin Tony.
My Aunt Golden Globes.
Don't know why they call her that.
All right.
It's another aunt that Sammy used to date without realizing. He gave her that nickname. I wonder what old Golden Globes is up to these
What's
days.
going on with Pete? What's...
Yeah,
What's
I've
happening?
thinned out the room for you.
I guess to the one guy off the hook, I'm like, listen, let me just get on a computer. I can pull up all my ID stuff. I'm so rusty. I don't have all my paper on me. I'm sorry. I've been off for a bit. I see this new staff around here. I was kind of hoping I'd run into, like, Paul.
Nope, it's just me and Dunbar right now. Now listen, all right. Give me manipulate someone, please.
Oh, boy.
Now that Dunbar's here. Dunbar might be.
You have juice.
I do have juice, which I'm going to need because I rolled a 2.
Oh, boy.
Oh, come on.
What is your cool
4
talent?
for a 6.
Yeah, what is it?
But because I juiced, that doesn't count for anything. My cool talent is natural camo, which I guess doesn't help me here.
No. By definition, you have unnatural camo right now. Actually, wait, do you get bonus to manipulate someone? No, that's only with the holographic projector and you're using the digital cloak. So, let's see, what... Dunbar is nonplussed by this. He's like, if you don't have the paperwork for this, we can't take these guys in.
What do you want me to do with them? They're just a bunch of convicts. Just put them back on the ship?
I mean, listen, if we can't properly process them, they go free. That's how this works.
Wow.
So
The system.
who's in the room right now? Just the 2 of us?
No, there's, it's the bullpen. There's all sorts of guys. There's tons of
Clearly,
guys.
we got the wrong idea, and we should have just fucked up, like, Acero's processing papers, and then they'd have to let him go.
And what's in the duffel bag again? Do I have the smoke bombs in there, or the poison gas, or something?
The smoke bombs I think Sammy had. I had real bombs. So there's real bombs.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, he was holding them, but like you guys were going in. Like we could have like shuffled around our inventory for like what would be most useful for your guys going in. So if one of you wanted to hold on to the smoke bombs, that's totally fine. He was waiting with the ship, so he didn't really need any of the sneaking in stuff.
There's still a space for smoke bombs, right? Just don't grab the wrong bomb.
Okay, so here's what happens. Pete's like,
It's a good.
I get it. I'm sorry. I'll get out of your hair and figure this out. I'll go call headquarters and we'll do this. And heads back towards the door. And as soon as he reaches the door, and it's like half propped open. Instead, he pushes it closed, locks it, turns around, and the smoke bombs go flying.
All right, give me. I guess knock someone out. Although, can you do that with? Yeah, you can do that with moves.
Yeah.
And you'll
I'm
get.
assuming make like a tree doesn't help me here.
Are you?
I mean, I'm trying to be fast about it.
That's the opposite. You have +1 from knockout gas.
Okay.
I only just remembered.
Jim,
Oh.
get different
1.
dice. You're doing very
we're
bad
retiring
today.
these for the day. We're going to the purples.
Well, at least you get juice again.
Yes. I'm gonna need it for what's about to happen.
Okay, so what happens? They attack back. Okay, so you're gonna take a wound as they immediately pull out their guns and start shooting at you.
For the record, I as a player, I'm okay with whatever happens from here. I know we're at the end game, so. And Pete's mentality is he doesn't really care about the life he's gonna have with the Zodiac Syndicate. So what happens here happens here. The first thing he's going to do.
Happen here, and if it does, so what?
Also, I've been reminded since my neighbors are yelling at each other in Spanish that they probably just heard me yelling about my dad and wailing through the walls.
It's that kid yelling about his dad again. All right,
I'm gonna get on the.
go ahead.
So I imagine there's just like Pete like pulls out like dual smoke bombs and just like tosses them over his shoulder, and he turns
Behind
around
him.
and, like, totally Matrix scene,
Bounce
like
off the
pulling out
door.
the guns akimbo. It's all in slow mo.
And then gets shot.
Yeah, it speeds back up. It's like boom, boom, boom. Well, I don't know. I mean, what's your inventory like? Do you got any
Mine?
slots? Yeah.
I've got gun cloak, spacesuit, and then whatever was in the bag.
But I mean, do you have any open slots?
I don't. What was in the bag again?
The bag only had, because I think the bag had another spacesuit in it.
One spacesuit, which is 2 slots.
The pain drugs and the bombs.
The bombs. And
Okay,
then,
so I think it was
first
full,
aid kit.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unless we wanted to have something besides the pain drugs in there.
I mean, I was going to say that like we could flash back to the ship, and before he went in, Sammy was like, "Here, Doc, you might need this," and gave him his bulletproof vest.
Does that use 2?
Does,
No,
I
it
mean,
doesn't.
does that use a slot, or is that? Like a
Is
battle-
that over? Or
It
under
also
the
only
spacesuit?
changes double wounds to become regular wounds, so that wouldn't actually help him here.
Oh, he only got a regular.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Never mind, you don't need that.
Flashes back to the ship, and Sammy's like, "Huh, you know what? Maybe I should have let Doc borrow my Kevlar vest." And that's when he suddenly starts
as you're
hearing,
wearing it.
Yeah, that's
You
how he
hear
starts hearing,
gunfire.
You hear the
Yeah.
gunshots
Gunfire.
over the phone, and you
Yeah.
think, maybe I should have.
Uh-oh.
I imagine I heard gunshots too, right?
Yes. You're hearing
And
gunshots.
how long after the dude left to get my dad were these gunshots?
Maybe a few minutes. Not very long.
Is Orion there yet?
No.
No. Well,
What
he
about
doesn't-
the guards in the visitor center?
They're mostly on the side of the prisoner side.
And the other people visiting?
Some of them are a little freaked out, but
I was
nobody's
gonna say, and
panicking
they're,
yet.
Like, sobbing louder to cover up the sound of gunfire.
No making a
So,
scene.
Clearly Ralphie back there is just like, man, I swear that kid sounds like gunfire when he really...
Well, if he's going to go get Orion, he's got to go the whole way around.
So he doesn't hear shit.
Yeah, he
because
might not
the
hear
walls we
shit.
established are very thick.
Yeah,
You're right. 10-foot walls. It's all.
he's
quiet
got to
in
go
there.
1, 2, 3, 4. He's got to go like 5 like segments of this, and these things are like huge. They're holding like hundreds of prisoners.
So honestly, I mean, if the walls are that thick, you guys might not hear shit outside of the room that Pizza.
You did shut the door.
the door is 10 feet thick. It's like took a really long time.
Some of these sections are closer together than others. The map is not 100% to scale.
You mean
Alright,
you
maybe you
didn't
could
give us
hear
a
it,
100% to scale map? How dare you?
I was nice enough to take time out of my day to make a map for the first time in this campaign.
So maybe you guys can like hear it in the visitor center because it's right next door. But the
I
guard-
can hear it over the phone. That's what it is. I can hear it. Somehow I hear the gunfire coming out through the speaker on Sammy's phone and being picked up by Sammy's other phone.
Yeah. Seems like, what's going on? Are these good guns or bad guns? I can't tell. They all sound the same over the phone.
Pete just goes, please hold. And I guess he's gonna book it for just the nearest computer terminal.
Okay, well, they're still shooting at you, so give me a dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge.
And that's moves.
Yes, sir.
That was a 9, and the way
Okay.
things are going, I'm just gonna juice it.
Oh, hold on. You can't juice that because it's a partial instead of a failure.
Oh, that's true. So I'm not
And-
going to juice it.
Is there any...
Also, I think you've
Is there
been
no
doing
way
the
to get
juice
a...
thing.
Yeah, there's nothing for that.
I think you've been mixing up the juice rules with the assistance rules, which is juicing it doesn't mean it's only a total failure or a total success. It's when you get
No, it does.
assistance that it's only a total or a success.
Is that true?
I could swear.
Let's
Let me
read the
double
book,
check now.
everyone, here in the finale.
Finally consult the rules.
Wait, there's a book?
Now partial successes become failures. Page
Wait,
4.
I thought you were just
Oh,
making
okay.
it up, like as we went.
No. Now, what about the assisting thing? Because I always thought that was the rule for the assisting.
It's both. It's exactly the same.
Okay.
That's the simplicity of the system.
So it's a gamble.
Yeah.
We've totally been playing this correctly the whole
Well,
time.
here's the thing. You've failed, so you've already failed. So there's no point. It's fine. If you juice it, you have to decide if I want to try and juice it and make sure I get 10 or not.
Mm-hmm.
But you got 9, so you're just gonna have to take the 9.
I mean, that's not bad. Mine was a partial, and look how far it got
so
me.
you're gonna take 1 more wound as they shoot at you, but you do get to a computer.
All right, and it's time for my auto success hack the planet. How many things can I do with that? Just one?
What do you want to do?
Well, I was thinking. Actually, I decided I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna do what the original plan was, where I'm gonna mess up the.
What else did you want to do?
System.
Tell me what you want to do.
I was thinking about maybe putting the whole thing on lockdown so no one can get to us, but then they can't get Orion to the visitor center.
Yeah.
So like that's not smart.
Which means, unless
Guys,
Emmy
I locked
has,
down the
like-
whole thing. Great. How are we supposed to get it? Ah, shit!
Also, I guess at some point, Emmy, since he was told not to make a scene, he quieted down and started tearfully playing his saxophone quietly in his little booth. Because that was the plan, is that he would... It's like the saddest version of the Ganymede Shuffle.
Oh.
It's the... No, it's the Ganymede Shuffle in minor key. I need to hear that now. Someone needs to...
I'll just
needs
slow
to
it down.
pitch that. I need to hear Ganymede Shuffle in minor key.
I mean, I've got the original like MIDI track. I could just do that.
Good lord. All right.
Yes.
Okay, so now the security footage is hacked.
I guess so. Yeah.
To
Now
be-
it's just
to be
looping,
looping
very
that.
normal.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Looping Emmy's saxophoning.
All right, so now you're being shot, but the footage is looping.
And can I have let the ship know that it's safe now
Yeah.
to move in? All right, you're in the clear.
So give me.
Are you doing okay, Doc? I'm hearing a lot of bullets.
I'm
Cool.
hearing bullets.
And the cue for Emmy is that he would stop playing the saxophone once Dad was in the room.
So you're still playing. So
It seems like the easiest way to let you know that a dad is there.
Give me, Sammy, just give me a moves roll to see if you can accurately get this where it needs to be.
Okay, that is going to be a 10.
Okay.
You do
Just-
smooth moves.
When I'm in a spaceship.
What now?
Sure, yes, it does. That is... My thing's a 6 now, right?
Yeah.
You're a D6 for talents, yeah.
So that is a 9 and a 3, brings that to a 12.
Okay. You can start to get into position just fine.
Alright, so Sammy...
Ready to go for whenever you're gonna...
Okay, so I guess Sammy has the security... He gets the notification from Pete that the security system shut off, and so he... or is looping or whatever, and so he... undocks the Dosage Tango, and he flies underneath, is able to reference the map to get underneath where the visitor center is. But I guess he's still holding off on burrowing in because he hasn't gotten a notification from Emmy yet that Orion's in the room.
Nope, just sad saxophone noises.
Let's hurry this up.
This is what he needed to play good saxophone. Was he needed
the blues.
angst.
He needed the
He needed
blues.
the blues.
He finally tapped into the blues.
I'm so proud of him.
And apparently no one else is gonna know anything is wrong because everything's looping.
Yeah.
So I just gotta wait until they get Dad over here.
So, let's see.
I'm sorry, Ralphie, you're probably gonna lose your job.
Yeah, he probably is, because he hears an alarm going off. And he's in the... You hear a voice come over the security, intercom. And it says, attention everybody, we've, had some gunfire that happened somewhere, so we're going to be, having to evacuate all of the people who are in the visitor center and lock down all the people in the prisoner parts, because it's not good. We gotta make sure everything's safe. If you're here to see somebody, especially your dad, well, I'm sorry. Everybody get the fuck out.
Sammy heard that.
Am
Yeah.
I still at the computer?
Yeah.
Can I try and take down comms before that transmission ends? Like when I hear the beginning of it, can I try and disable it?
You sure can.
You change it to tell everyone that there's cake in the bullpen.
Give me Hack the Planet.
That's my glorious D12, and I'm going to use a different D12.
Do you still have the hacking stuff? Or the computer?
I mean, I'm
Yeah,
sitting
you've
in
got
a
a computer. Well, you have your computer too.
Yes.
Your
Sure.
computer gives a bonus.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what he
actually,
has
I don't
on
think I have it.
He had swapped around his shit so much that
I reached down to the bag like, all right, time to...
Oh.
No.
You pull out a spacesuit instead.
All right, time to
Half-eaten ham sandwich.
a pickle sandwich with yogurt on it.
Some passive aggression I'm sensing with your coworkers.
Does this set not have a D12?
No wonder he's been rolling badly. He's been rolling the wrong dice.
Oh, here we go. I found it. And that is an 8.
Okay. So, that's a partial success. So we're able to cut off the you're able to cut off the message toward the end of it. Everyone has already mostly heard it, but you are able to disable any future comms, and you're able to stop the cells from being locked down, as the guy said.
But visitors still being evacuated?
Well, that's the intent.
Oh boy.
Someone goes up to Emmy and is like, excuse me, you're gonna have to leave.
Still sad saxophone noises. Well, who's even on this side anymore? Because, like, you locked everybody in the bullpen, so I think there's only just the one other receptionist.
Well, there's people in the barracks, and security guards, and presumably security all through the cell blocks.
Let's see here. So someone is attempting to make me leave.
Yeah.
And so you just hear, I mean, again, just being like, "Oh, please, I've got to finish my song for my dad."
Your dad can't hear you. He's in prison.
Well, Ralphie said he was gonna bring him.
Well, Ralphie was just on the intercom. There's gunshots. It's not safe here. We gotta get you out.
And he will
They never
just,
took away your knives, by the way.
Yeah. How many people are on this side of the visitor center?
There's only... most of the other people have already started to, like, pack their shit up and get out.
So there's, I guess, how many people
There's
on
only,
this
like, 2 or
side?
3 guards.
Okay.
You're
Well,
like,
then,
can I take 2 or 3 guards?
I've 1v1'd a pro wrestler. And I have a saxophone in my hands.
Therefore,
And if that one shot that we listened to taught us anything, it's that it can be used as a weapon.
An improvised weapon.
So I'm going to attempt to just make it seem like I am throwing a tantrum, but I'm definitely going to see if I can knock this person out with this.
So you want to stealth knock the guy out? You want to make it look
Yeah,
like
just
you're
to
not?
just to make it seem like, like he's trying to get me to go, and I just like flailed and somehow, oops, I accidentally knocked him out with the saxophone.
Give me ambush someone to see if you can get advantage on the fist fight.
Okay.
And do you have you don't have anything that will give you a bonus to that one?
Besides the saxophone.
No. That'll be on the
But-
fist fight one.
Yeah. Oh, it was a 6.
6. Oh, you're gonna have disadvantage on your fist fight. They're like, stop it! Stop acting up!
So what happens?
Stop
when
making
you...
a scene.
I have to read that. What happens when you fail?
You take a wound. It's like you fucked up bad enough to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like partial success is like, okay, well, you're at least gonna be able to do your thing, the thing you were trying to do, and have a shot at succeeding that. And if you succeed on that, you won't take any damage.
Okay. So disadvantage.
Whereas if you failed, you'd probably have to like dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge, or something.
Improvised weapon gives me a +1.
Yes.
You said. All right. Okay, so that was the Howie. That was the disadvantage. Now for the talent. Okay, so even at disadvantage with the talent die and the bonus, that is still an 8
Wow.
to
All right.
knock someone out. I rolled a 5 and a 4
knock
on the
someone out
D10.
with him?
Emmy has gotten very good at this.
Yeah, because I rolled a 5 and a 4 on the D10, and then I rolled a 3 on the
So are you trying to
talent
knock
die.
him out, or just get in a fist fight?
Whichever, it's the same thing.
But you said knock him out,
They
right?
have- they
I
have
did say
different
knock him out.
consequences. Alright, so here's how I'm gonna do this. Alright, so you go ahead and take a wound as he tries to, like, get a hold of you and, like, kind of jostles you around, but then you hit him with the saxophone and he gets knocked out. And then what do you want to do?
Is anybody else trying to get there?
two of the other security guards, they're trying to get everybody else out, so they don't really notice what you're doing.
And there's absolutely no way to get between the glass of the visitor center, correct? Not even any small spaces that.
Out. Does he have a key or something?
Here's the thing. So there's a line on the map between the visitor center and the security thing. There's actually two doors, one on each side of the glass. It's just,
I'm saying, does this guard have a key for those doors? Could you just like take it off of him and like slip through?
Yeah, that's what I'm checking for, is if there's any way between. So, yeah, I will grab that and let myself
get into the security
through.
area if you want. Okay, you slide the key card. The door opens up. You're in the security office. There are computers all around here. There are guys frantically trying to fix their shit. There are dot matrix printers spewing out paper.
All right, well,
look at these readings!
I did have the cloak on, so I'm just going to, I already know that the cameras aren't working, right? So I'm going to, I'm gonna digital cloak myself into security personnel. And act like I am supposed to be where I am and keep going to see if I can find Frankie, who was supposed to bring me my dad.
Give me blend in, please, and you have +3.
+3 on a blend in. Cool beans. Does my resting innocent face help me here?
No, because it's not your face. It's not your face.
True.
Unless your disguise is just Emmy in security.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I don't know what the other people are supposed to look like. I just look like I'm supposed to be here, and if anything, they're gonna think I'm probably Orion.
Okay, all right. Then yeah.
There we
you'll
go.
have
I
resting
look
innocent
like
face.
I changed my disguise to Orion with the security guard, but it looks exactly the same. The part's on the other side. That's the only way you can tell the difference. All right, so you.
I imagine that he has his natural hair color. And Emmy's is
What do you mean?
dyed.
It is natural.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know things about hair. Despite my
Well, that
wife
was
being a
4
hairdresser.
and a 6, so
10?
yes.
Alrighty. Yeah, they're like, look at these. Dude, look at these readings. Everything is fucked. You better get in there.
And
Make
I
sure
just
everything's
nod,
okay in the cell blocks.
I just nod and I head that way. And
Right,
when
right.
I don't have a bunch of security people looking at me, I will just kind of whisper, "Change of plans. I'm going into the blocks."
You are in cell block C.
Because the phone is
Guess what?
And he'll also
It's chaos.
What?
With
Yeah, I
the
bet.
security deactivated, all of the cells are open. Everybody's trying to escape.
Well, good thing I can fit through spaces most can't. So let's dodge, dive, and our way through this shit.
All right. So you can do that. There's a little bit of gunfire as people are going. As you go through, you see Gordon Crowley, the deal maker.
Oh, hey, the deal maker. That's one of the ones I put away, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, good thing I look like my dad.
Yeah.
Your dad.
Also, didn't I specifically tell the deal maker who my dad was?
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah,
He
I
probably
think I
knows your
used
dad.
his
He's in
name.
prison with him now.
Yeah.
They play bridge together.
So
You
He's
bastard!
gonna see somebody. He's gonna see somebody who he thinks might be able to help him out, and is just gonna be like, "Hey, I need you to help me. I got someone in G. I gotta get out. Come on.
I'm not helping you.
I could pay you well."
I don't care. I'm gonna get out and do my own thing. As soon as I get this gun away from this guard that I'm fighting. Ow, my shoulder! I've been shot!
My
Alright.
cybernetic shoulder.
Well, if this guy's gonna be no help, then I'm just going to use the chaos and squeeze my way through to cell block D.
Alright. You're now in cell block D. Things are even worse here. It's the lights are flashing on and off. It's like it looks like the end of Alien. Like, it's bad. Actually, I guess Alien 3.
Right, that's the prison one.
Yeah.
Anybody I recognize here?
Yeah, you see Marshall Mayhem, the president of We Want Greenhouses. He's in
This
here.
is the whole, like... This is like the Arkham Asylum, like, prison break scene.
That's exactly what this is. Right,
Well, I'm
he's
pretty sure
fighting a
that
security guard and he beats him down onto the ground, and then a kid on a skateboard ollies over that guy. He says, "I'm the king of the skate parks!" And he rolls off.
Oh my god, does that mean the NFT hound is gonna be in here?
Yeah.
No, he was executed. They launched him into
Yeah, actually,
Oh,
that guy's not in
we-
here. Him and his buddies are
We
dead.
thought we brought him in alive. We thought we brought him in alive, and then Spanks like had him taken care of. While
Oh,
we
no,
weren't
no,
looking.
they execute those guys.
Oh no, I mean I think that's what actually happened. Is like Spanks was just like, wait, we get more money if he's dead, and basically told Ouija to take care of it.
Is that what happened?
I think so.
We didn't record that
Who knows?
episode, so who knows? History.
All right, so I'm just gonna keep going through, keep slipping my way through spaces most can't.
All right. This time you're gonna have to give me a dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge,
All right.
and you'll get your thingy for that.
Heck yeah, that's a 4 and a 7.
4 and a 7.
So
Okay.
that is gonna be 11.
Yeah. All right. You're great. You're fine. You're able to. I mean, there's gunfire. There's people fighting. There's all sorts of shit.
Why is it I'm hyper competent when I'm doing illegal shit?
So as you move into cell block E, we're gonna switch over to Pete. Pete, what are you doing at this point? Because there are like 15 guys.
So I do want to point out, just in the interest of Pete not dying, that they weren't just smoke bombs that he had; they were definitely knockout gas. So, like, presumably, this whole locked room
Well,
has been
yeah.
filling up with knockout gas the whole time.
Yeah. So yeah. So on a long enough timeline, these guys will fall down and be knocked out.
I got
Okay
the
then.
spacesuit on at least.
Thank you for pointing that
You
out.
do have the spacesuit. There
Right.
you go.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Even better. Even better.
Exactly
So there you
okay.
go.
As I had to flip to the gear list just to double check, because I think you just said they were smoke grenades when you threw them, but they're specifically it's knockout gas.
Yeah, that's right. Because you bought knockout gas, not
Okay.
smoke bombs. Smoke bombs has just been the running gag for Emmy. And I imagine that Sammy is aware that Emmy's moving,
I don't
so
know if you've ever rolled like an actual knock someone out roll when you threw that.
No,
that's what
'cause
it does. It gives
He did, and he failed. But here's the thing: it's been long enough now. They've filled it up, and since he has the spacesuit, he can like pull the. Presumably, it has a Buzz Lightyear helmet, right? And so he'll just be fine, and now the whole room and everybody else is knocked out. So you
I
have to
don't
run
take any
a.
other wounds.
You have the no, not what you already have. I think you have 2 or 3, right?
2, I think.
I think this is 2.
Yeah, I'm at 2.
Okay. Well then, yeah.
And Sammy's hearing all the chaos over the phones.
So I
So
guess
he's-
What the hell's going on in there? You guys all right?
I'm gonna look at the real security feed then and see if I can try and find Orion.
He's in cell block G.
Oh, he's in cell
He's
block
trying.
G.
He's trying to fight his
He's
way
in
out.
cell block G.
And he's like, all right, change of plans. That's the one that we meet at.
Wait,
Yeah,
so
'cause
when
you're
that
in the
means
bullpen, and I'm in E, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, geez,
I guess-
I gotta get.
Sammy, we said that you guys had the phones open, and Sammy was listening through his earbuds. But can you guys actually hear him? Because you're not actually listening to your phones. You just had them so he could have the audio feed. You guys
What are
aren't
you
like
talking
actually.
about? I've got headphones right here.
Yeah, I think he'd have like an earpiece in.
Yeah,
Okay.
you've been clicking some earpiece that we haven't seen, and you know how you can have like your headphones on but not like over your ears so you can still hear, but other people usually can't.
All right, so Sammy's like, wait, so cell block G, what's go? You guys are changing the whole plan. What's going on in there?
And he's just like, I don't know, I'm just going with it. Also, it wouldn't be that weird to hear Sammy's voice coming out of the headphones because, you know.
Emmy has been playing one of the mixtapes the whole time, and Sammy's just like, in order to not be detected, he's having to like talk along with the beat of the song, like, "What the hell's going on inside there? Why am I hearing all this gunfire?"
You just have to speak in the cadence of the song.
What the fuck are you guys doing?
You just no, like you didn't even have to like play it. You're speaking in scat.
Yeah. Yeah, so it sounds completely natural. So Sammy's like, all right, fuck it, fine, whatever. So he's gonna, I guess, move the ship to cell block G. He's got the map, so remaneuver to there.
And
at this point, Sammy,
that...
as you try and move the ship, they are scrambling out some police fighters.
Okay, how many of them are there?
6.
6 of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's underneath the visitor center, and so he is hearing through the headphones the whole like gunfire on PbtA and explosions and all this stuff, and then just a total chaos on Emmy's end. And then Emmy's telling him like, yeah, get to cell block G, like we're changing the plan, you're not going there anymore. And so he's about to go over there, and then suddenly he sees all these fighters coming out from underneath it. He's like, oh well. And so Sammy hesitates for a second, and then he looks down at his wrist at the "What would Sammy Sinclair do?" wristband, and he looks back at the fighters, and he hears all the chaos. Is the plan going completely to shit? He just says, "Sorry, kid," and he pulls out the headphone and hangs up the phone, and Sammy's getting out of there.
Betrayal.
Wow.
Dun dun dun. Skitty bapa.
All right.
Yep. So Sammy
Sinclair has bailed.
He puts the ship into reverse. He flips the ship post, and he's getting out of there.
All right. Meanwhile, in cell block E, we see Rachel Rader drawing vandalism on the, just like spray painting "fuck the police" on the side of the prison.
Isn't
cells.
Isn't Rachel Rader stuck in there with like her old boss?
Yeah. Yeah. Her boss is also there, trying to clean it up.
Oh, it's just one is graffitiing and the other one is stuck on graffiti duty.
And then, alright, so you try and get through to cell block F?
Yeah.
All
Well,
right,
at this
give
point,
me-
I'm just like, yeah, because I've heard him say "sorry, kid," and the implication that he is
Yeah,
left.
and the line has
correct?
gone dead.
Although I don't know if Emmy actually knows what happened. Like he just heard that, and then the line went dead. So I don't know if he thinks that Sammy left or if something else went wrong.
I don't know.
So instead, he's you know as he's going through, he's just gonna be like, "Sammy, Professor."
I'm here. What just happened?
I don't know. I'm not getting anything from Sammy anymore.
I'm gonna check the security feed to see if he's out there.
The real feed.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna keep going.
I'm not seeing the ship out there. Something might have happened.
Do I need to make any more like things to get through to F?
The way oddly clears conveniently. You can easily get into F. As you get through the airlock area into cell block F and it opens up, you see Boof Gusto lifting a security guy over his head, and he throws him down on his knee. And he throws him off to the side and he says, "What you gonna do, brother?"
But no sign of Dad yet, so
No sign
I
of-
guess Dad
no
still
sign of
hasn't
Dad
made
yet.
it through. I made it through 4 blocks and Dad couldn't even bother to meet me.
He can't fit in spaces most can't. He's not that
That's true.
talented. He doesn't know
Should've
how to
been a
use his
stunt
tiny
double.
body.
Alright,
Boof Gusto
well,
sees you, and he points, and he goes, "You!" And he rips
I'm
off
dressed
his
like
shirt.
my dad right now.
And he says, "I know you're not Orion. You're his bastard son. He told me all about you. And now you're here in prison. You've probably got put in prison for putting me in prison and everything bad that's happened.
Hey, do you want to shut up or you want me to kick your ass again in front of everyone?
I'm gonna kick your ass, brother Jack, dude." And he starts to attack you. He needs you to get into a fist fight. Unless you're gonna run away.
Oh, do I 1v1 this guy again? Well, I've still got 2 knives on me. So,
Go
and
for it.
Sammy just, for all I know, just left. So, like, that's what happened, is when the line went dead, I just kind of dropped the saxophone in disbelief in the previous room.
Wow.
It's super dramatic. Like you just the
Saxophone, no more.
It just,
not
like,
the
it
culprit.
drops just dramatic in slow-mo, because he can't believe it. And, so yeah, so now he's just like, fuck it, what else could go wrong today? And you know what? This guy's in his way, and he called him a piece of shit. So,
brother
or whatever
Jack,
you
dude.
said. Yeah, bastard son, I think was one of the lines. So
Yeah.
he's like, fuck it, he pulls out both knives, and he's going to get in a fist fight.
Great. I think we established you get +4 for using 2 knives.
Yep, and I'm using
That feels
strength,
okay for being that it's 2 slots.
2 slots. Yeah, if it was 1 slot, that'd be like cheesing it, but it's
Yeah.
2 slots. So,
As
And
we've
I'm gonna
established,
use-
having not a lot of slots is a problem in the end game.
so I'm gonna get in a fist fight. Emmy's just gonna lose his fucking temper on this dude. Oh, god damn! With a 16. Oh, sorry, a 14.
Do you want
I
to
can
kill
math.
Boof
No, sorry.
Gusto?
14 plus 4.
Do you want to
That's an
kill?
18.
Do you want to kill Boof Gusto?
Fucking had it with this guy.
You know
can
what?
Kill him. I don't care.
Hmm.
You haven't
'Cause
killed
otherwise,
anyone
yeah,
this whole time. You haven't killed
Not
anyone.
unless it was with bombs.
You did defeat Boof Gusto in unarmed combat before, so this is like the total like I don't know.
This
like
is just
Rock
he went ham.
Creed rematch.
Is Buff Gusto like just completely unarmed?
Yeah, he's a wrestler. Of course he's unarmed.
Yeah. So yeah, Emmy is just like, because when Buff Gusto is just like, oh, I'll kick your ass again, and Emmy's just like, oh no, I'm gonna kick your ass, and Usually in these decisions in D&D, I would make a will save and see what happens, or a wisdom roll, but no, he's upset and he's pissed. He's already like, he's just gonna go ahead and like also turn off the fucking, what you call it,
The filter.
the cloak,
Oh.
and it goes from like what looks like Orion's face to this like tear-streaked, pissed, angry, sad face, and he's just going to do whatever happens. He's just gonna blank out and just
Okay.
put all of his frustration into this
Boof
dude.
Gusto's on the ground. His stomach has been stabbed. His chest has been stabbed. He's bleeding out. And he's going, brother.
Does anyone else decide to fuck with me after that?
You see the, I don't remember his name. I couldn't find it in my notes, but the garbage day guy.
Jeff.
Jeff. Was that his name? Jeff? Okay. No, the other guy. The guy who was responsible for it. The bombs.
The Riverhead.
Yeah, Riverhead.
Yeah.
You see that guy. And he's
And
like,
it's
I ain't
Lucas
fucking
looking
with you. Go
absolutely
ahead. Go
feral.
right ahead. Go right ahead. Can I do anything to help?
Yeah, you can.
Name it.
It's like open that door.
The door is open.
Do I see my dad?
You are, as you approach cell block G, this one is not as fucked up as the other ones. It seems like the security has gotten this part under control, including your dad up against the wall with a gun to his head from one of the security guards telling him to get down.
And I walk in looking absolutely feral, with 2 bloody knives in my hand.
The guy turns around and he looks at you and he goes, "Oh shit!"
Drop it.
No!
And I look over at, Riverhead?
Yeah.
So he's got it trained on,
On your
what you
dad.
call it, on Dad. So I'm gonna look over at, did Riverhead have any weaponry on him at all?
No, he has nothing. He's just a guy.
Alright, let's see here. How's Dad look?
Fine for being in prison?
But he doesn't look freaked out or anything by...
I mean, he tried to escape now, and that didn't pan out for him.
So, Emmy's just gonna be like, "Hey, can you be so kind as to open the door wide enough to see what happened to the last mook that stood in my way?"
Alright, look, this is wrong.
Is it Ralphie, by the way?
No.
Have I seen Ralphie at all through this whole
No,
thing?
you haven't. He presumably is off. Maybe he went into the other way to cell block A and B in all the commotion.
So, sorry, you were saying you had the other dude saying something?
No, he says like this is wrong. These are prisoners. They deserve to be here in prison.
And Emmy's like, "Well, that's all fine and good, but I have to speak with that one."
I can't let you do this. I can't. And he spins around and he points the gun at you. He says, put down the knives and get away.
And now that he's got the gun off of his dad, let's see here what I want to do. I love how I literally have nothing on me but the fucking cloak and the knives now because I dropped the saxophone two blocks back. What were you gonna say, Jim?
Yeah, what do you want to
Am
do?
I watching this play out on the closed circuit camera or
Yeah.
whatever?
Yeah.
Can I like trigger the sprinklers or something?
What,
I don't know what's gonna help here, but
Do you
He
wanna,
just
like,
tries
talk?
just pushing random keys, just trying to do anything.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you want to happen, you're basically in control of this thing now.
what do I want to happen?
You've hacked the planet like 4 times on this one machine. I think it's pretty safe to say you know your way around. This is a Unix system, you know this.
Trying to think what. We're both like, what are we gonna do? Let's start with the sprinklers. That sounds fun. Do I need to roll for that, or it's?
I don't know.
Let's do it for fun. That was a 4.
Okay, so here's the thing. As you Here's the thing, Pete. As you're on the computer, about to trying to figure out what you're doing, you hear an incoming message.
Bleep, 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 bleep.
Hello?
Onslaught, what do I know about what the fuck is going on right now?
So, all right, here's what's happened. You and Luigi are in a space limo. You've retrofitted the limo to have fucking wings and fly through space. You have come to save the fucking day. They are at the prison planet, and things have rapidly gone to shit.
So, I heard you guys fucked it up again.
You passed the Dosage Tango on your way.
What's left of it?
No, someone bailed on us.
Oh.
Yeah, Sammy dipped.
Yeah.
Things went to shit. And he thought, what would Sammy Sinclair do? And Sammy got the hell out of there.
Sammy! Come on, man!
Meanwhile, Emmy just is seeing red at whoever this is, who's got a gun trained on him.
Yeah, there's a guy.
And
Like
like
a
this dude is
security
like
guard.
sitting here just like, it's wrong, they're criminals.
Okay, so
And
yeah.
then I hear your voice, I guess.
Yeah, I heard you guys fucked it up again. And I'm sure you hear Lucy being like, yeah!
How fast can you get to these coordinates?
5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright,
And
we
then
Yeah,
you
like
just
they're
hear
they're
Emmy.
there.
Your father
They're
in a suit,
here.
I am going to depressurize that room.
Oh. Hey, Ouija, we're gonna do a
A smash
vacuum
and
based
grab.
pickup. Smash and grab vacuum based pickup of organics. Okay, so Spegs and Ouija both put on sunglasses and are like, hit it!
Also, one small thing, you have the spare one. You never passed it back to Emmy.
I do?
Oh no.
Oh, no, you
Oh no.
So
He can hold his breath for 30 seconds. He'll be fine.
Yeah. I'm right here.
Alright.
Also, so the guard is saying this is wrong. Is Orion saying anything to counter that?
No.
Why are people named Orion like such shitheads?
How many Orions do you know?
I know at least one other, and that was the weirdo who. We'll talk about that later. Well, at least one other. And
Oh,
he
boy.
was kind of a
All right.
fuckhead.
I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, no, me neither.
All right. So you come in and you can hover over cell block G, and you have appropriately equipped shit to blow this open with minimal damage.
Awesome. Yeah, we've got because we're
You're
rather
you're
Ouija
prepared
does.
for this.
Yeah.
You're way more
So,
competent than these guys were.
I
I
have.
will just
fucking-
make.
I still have rocket-powered rollerblade.
I
No,
wish
I'm
I
not
had
using
those right now.
I'm not using those, but basically, like, I guess you guys went out and then and Spanks was like, "Fuck you," and then Ouija probably came over and went, "Boss, I have a new ride, and also they're your friends, dumbass."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay."
Thanks has learned the true meaning of friendship.
Only because I want to take the limo out for a joyride.
Also,
It's
the
a
cat.
cool fucking limo.
The cat also
care
has
about-
sunglasses.
Yes,
Thing, but
yes.
the limo is fucking sick.
It's dark. We're 30 clicks from we're 200 clicks from Ceres. It's dark and we're wearing sunglasses.
Hit it.
Pack cigarettes.
But yeah, hearing Spanks, it kind of like snaps him a bit out of the whole like seeing red thing. And instead he just makes a beeline to try to like grab his dad and get in position.
Okay.
Come on, kiddo. Let's get going.
I dropped my pen. Is there a grab someone or disarm? There's disarm
There's
someone.
a grab someone.
Restrain someone. That's what you want.
I was about to say handle a big weapon. It depends on where you're grabbing them.
He's not that big. Love it. All right. So yeah, give me that roll.
Let's see, the restrain someone. Let's see the D10. Because I basically am just trying to. I guess I'm technically trying to like disarm Orion from the guard, but whatever works.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get him away from the guard and in a position. That is a 7.
Okay. So, so the guy, as you try and do that, the guy fires off his gun, and you're gonna take a wound, and then, but you can successfully grab Orion and be in the position you need to be. Spanks, you blow a gigantic hole in the fucking roof of this. It's like literally 10 feet of reinforced steel that you are able to just blow a hole in because Ouija's space limo is fucking dope.
Yeah, it's like I like to think that Ouija like went off on all of his own fucking crazy ass adventures while we were out, and like and just roll it up and is like, "Thanks, want to check out my new ride?"
Yeah.
That's where all of his bounty money went. And he's like, why am I a chauffeur?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a chauffeur because he's a professional.
Did y'all also like pick up anyone on the way, or are Robert and Kristen still wherever the fuck we left them?
I think they were on the Dosage Tango.
No, because we were texting them the whole time.
But
so
then
they were.
I said you guys were gonna meet up with them before this, and then I think you guys forgot about that.
They're waiting on the other side of Saturn. Like, what the hell's taking them so long?
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Is we're supposed to meet up with them, so.
Oh, Ouija is also a chauffeur.
Well, maybe
it's literally his job.
Maybe after the heist, after the prison break, maybe we were supposed to meet up with them to extract Orion.
Yeah, that probably makes more sense. Anyway, not important right now. What's important right now is you blow a big ass fucking hole, and there's gonna be about 30 seconds for Emmy to make Orion go through the hole and get into the space limo.
Yeah,
Emmy has a space suit on.
I popped the trunk, but which is to say that I opened the cargo bay.
Yeah, this is just big enough to fit everybody.
So
yeah, I figure it's like bigger than a real life limo because it's a space limo, but it's not like huge.
In the time that it took Spanks to get there, did Pete get back over here? Because I kind of left a trail of destruction
I don't know what
in my wake.
we're gonna do with Pete.
I think this is the station of defenses. Like, can I shoot from it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're at the computer. You have access to everything right now.
So I'm still there, and I'm clearing the way. I'm taking down.
Also, there are like 6
lasers.
starfighter guys. Several of them chased after Sammy, but like 2 of them stuck around, and I assume that you just blast the shit out of them.
Yeah. Are we gonna go pick up? So wait, Ouija, can we get Dr. Moss?
He would at least have to get out of the locked bullpen and into the visitor entrance, but it's like right there.
Okay.
If you there's a map up there. If you scroll up in the shitpost channel.
I don't want to leave anybody behind. I came all this fucking way.
Well,
let's go.
At least someone won't.
Ooh.
Listen, trust me, I know how to find Sammy Sinclair, so if you want to go kick his ass later, we'll go kick his ass later.
Also, I imagine Orion is also sitting in there. Does he have anything to say?
He's very despondent, and he's basically like, I don't know why you came back for me.
Sorry, I need to scroll back up because all I can see is the fucking Elton John gif. It's distracting me. There we go.
Pretty good.
Okay.
Okay, so we need to come around the outside and then.
It's not that hard for you. The hard part is the inside.
No. Okay.
This whole thing is basically just a big flat disc of interconnected.
Yeah, I basically say,
things.
Pete, can you get to if you can get to the visitor center, we can blow up the outside and get you out.
Roger, we'll try.
I appreciate the sentiment.
Don't die, dude.
I'm afraid it's nothing more than a daydream.
It's okay, I think we're both tied for wounds right now.
Anyway, Emmy, if you really wanna fuck up Sammy Sinclair, all you have to do is call my aunt again.
Oh God, that's right.
In fact, she did basically say she made you a job offer, so if you're that salty about it.
At the moment though, like all of whatever rage he had, all of the whatever rage he had is just kind of crumbled because at least there's some modicum of dad sitting next to him, so he's just gonna kind of fall apart.
I'm more like your coked up uncle, but that's okay.
Oh no, like his actual clone dad.
Oh, his
is
actual
right there.
clone dad.
So,
My point stands.
The whole point of this was to break out Emmy's clone dad.
Okay.
Which we've now succeeded in doing. He's in the thing.
I'm still not quite
I
sure
gained
why.
one dad, but lost another.
Yeah, I'm still not sure why we decided to save this guy, but you know what? It's not my business. My business is that Ouija's ride is really fucking sick.
I know, right?
Like, all of
good.
whatever, like, tough guy, whatever, and like, that.
I like to
rage
think that, like, in the back in the limo, there's like a little like sort of princess hutch where Lucy can sit, overlooks things. She's got like a little artisanal cat food in there, and she's
Oh
like,
my God.
"Yes, peasants."
But yeah, he doesn't even respond, and he doesn't really even know what to think anymore, so he's just crying on whatever dad is available, which happens to be the clone dad.
And Orion is basically like, I don't know why you came back for me, but
What's Emmy's favorite
Thanks.
soda? I don't remember.
Baja
Baja
Blast.
Blast.
Duh.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. So yeah, like Spanks goes and opens the little limo fridge and gets out a thing of Baja Blast for you, kiddo. You've been offered Baja Blast
All right.
in this trying time.
Let's go get the professor. Now
Work
instead of
out.
all the fake crying he did earlier, now he's like actually
Now he's like
upset.
actually upset. All right, help me out here, Pete. What are we doing?
I am alone in the bullpen full of noxious gas. I need to get to the visitor entrance.
Yeah.
And I locked the door. I forget if I actually locked it or if I
I think you locked
broke it. Okay.
Yeah, you just said you locked it.
Can I unlock it from this side?
Sure.
That was very easy. So Pete unlocks the door and walks through it.
As you walk into the visitor entrance, there are 6 guys with guns out. And they immediately point at you.
You know what happens as you walk into the visitor's entrance and there are 6 guys with guns out? Is there's a really loud noise right behind them. Someone blows a hole in the wall.
Good thing you've got that spacesuit on, as you all just get sucked out the hole.
Yeah.
Actually, explosive decompression in space isn't actually a thing as far as I know. It's very
It
weird.
is now.
Well, it can
It
be
is
because this is
science
a ridiculous
fiction.
game. I have to look it up actually.
We have stuck an aux cable in a plant to talk to it.
All right, so you can get in the limo. Pete,
I'm getting in the limo.
you're in the limo.
Oh my god. Thank you so much.
And he
Very
immediately
bad.
scrambles over to cling to the one dad who didn't abandon him.
All right, and as you start to escape, that is where we will leave it for this week.
Holy shit!
Thanks for watching the CU Space Cowboy Actual Play Podcast. We stream new episodes every Saturday night at 6 p.m. EST on twitch.tv/onslaught6 and post them here at YouTube at 6 p.m. EST Monday nights. The book is out. It's right here. You can order it now and get it sent right to your door. Go to store.tidalwavegames.com and get yours. Follow us on Twitter at TidalWaveRPG, and if you like what you see, throw us a couple bucks on Patreon at patreon.com/tidalwavegames. Stay gold.